But
स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं
into
स्ट्रीम कितना टाइम
agent
8:15 को
select
लगा
for
8:45
both
हुआ
of these
हो
teams.
गया
Really
started
quickly, it looks like now you locked in, but about to be pretty
done
soon.
Anna.
What do you think? What do we
Started
think? I see a lot of similar pickups from both these sides with the
Yeah,
KJ
it is
ये
live
मैच
and
कहाँ पे देखूं इसमें देखूं क्या
Twitch Anna. Watch it on Twitch.
I mean, that is the quintessential
Okay.
sixth man
Watch it on
as well,
Twitch, yes.
so yeah, it makes sense. But they've already locked in for the side of VLT Asteria. You got the
Audio
Killjoy,
जा रहा
you
है
got
stream
Jet,
पे and
got that
stream
Sova,
का
the
game
Astra,
का audio
and
भी
the
जा
Sky.
रहा
I think that is actually the meta pick for now. I'd say that makes sense to me. Ken.
Yeah, fairly similar lineups. The one difference that you see is the fact that Asteria
चालू हो गया
has
क्या
two
stream?
initiators.
Select
Meanwhile,
your agent.
Nigma Galaxy, they're going for that double duelist setup. So
वाह
it's kind
क्या
of more
सीन
standard
है
stuff that we're seeing from Nigma Galaxy. They've been known to do this, but what's interesting to me is that I think we used to see tricks on the Jet sometimes. This time it's
ये
going to be
बैकग्राउंड
Aya
अच्छा नहीं है बैकग्राउंड चेंज कर
was
तेरे
the
को
person that we did kind of feature. She
जस्ट
has been
चेंज
top ranked. She
बैकग्राउंड
has
ये
those
शॉपिंग मॉल ही
MVPs.
अच्छा था रे
Now that she's on
चेंज
Reyna,
बैकग्राउंड
this could be Nigma Galaxy's game.
all right, guys. Well, joining Jace to bring you all the action for the next couple of maps is going to be Zero Aura, Lady, and Gentleman. All ears on you.
Oh, welcome. Oh. I can hear you. You're here. Yes, I can. Loud and clear, Zaya. Uh-oh. Odd. But technical issues are not, I think. I mean, it's awesome to have you here with me casting this game, but we've had our panel.
Hello, good
predictions.
morning.
What are your predictions, Zaya?
मॉर्निंग
थोड़ा लेट हो गया जॉर्ड को ये करने में
बराबर बराबर जॉर्ड अभी चिल कर रहा है वो अभी प्लेफुल मूड में है थोड़ा लाइव हो गया ये क्या दिखा रहे हो लेकिन ओबीएस पे
because they haven't dealt with who's been holding from the defender's spawn side. So all that's left right now is Trick. She's up by B main.
Why is that girls team can play and boys team can't play?
No, she's on B main. She's side itself. She needs to
Bug
get
map
the
है
head
bug map
isolate the duels, otherwise she's
है
not
तो
gonna live this. 6
Valorant ही तो है ना
she's got.
ऐसा थोड़ी है CS:GO Faceit level 10 हो गया सीधा वो
Not that much utility to work
Without coordination shine होता है उधर ना It'll catch you by surprise कि कुछ भी करते हैं ऐसा नहीं कि हाई टीम वर्क यूज करके वाव हमें हरा दिया ऐसे हम ज्यादा सोचते हैं हमारे लगते हैं ए लगते हैं
Not even a spray, actually. It's a headshot. So,
all right, can you hear me?
Round goes to Velocity, Asteria.
All right, can you hear me, guys?
वो तो है
Am I alive now? Am I? There you go. I am alive. So okay. That was a bit
पिस्टल जीतने की बात नहीं रे पिस्टल तो कभी-कभी हम लोग भी जीत जाते हैं हाँ बट यहाँ पे एसेंट जीत रहे हैं ना एसेंट में दैट इज
अरे निग्मा को हराया ना लेकिन विबोर के साथ
But of course, I would like to have this a 2-1 Nigma Galaxy. But then again, I can be proven wrong. Why? Because I think you guys missed one of the vital members as well for the side of Asteria. And who is that? I may answer. It's going to be basically Casper. Casper has been winning a lot of games during wildcards, and speaking of that, like it's starting out pretty well with Muffin Luke here with that Marshall kill. So that's basically an interesting thing because you guys mentioned time and time again, Muffin Luke needs to do effort. And look at this, a little bit of miss here and there, to and fro, but that's going to be a very beautiful frag coming in from Yao 16K as she gets Aya down. Not really, neglecting the sides here on towards heaven, still pointing it out in towards our map. And to go back into your point, Casper here has also have been popping up for Asteria, but then again, this is basically the lackluster that Asteria has. They kind of rely on Muffin Loop here, so that could be the kryptonite that NGX can basically take advantage of. So right now, speaking of NGX, we are seeing them here in towards middle side, trying to get a rotate or maybe go potentially towards Cubby. But what do you think about this?
I don't like it because it's a crossfire setup. They have to deal with Shreya, and they have done it, but Meow16k immediately plays off of her. Only good for one, though. Ivory makes it a quick trade. Her head is gone. So 2v3 situation now, and all they need to deal with is Muffin Loop. She's dead. They have the site. We're down into the 2v2. So, spike planted, post plant position set up. They actually stand a chance at taking this round.
They do, especially that, again, the spike has been planted, you mentioned, and they are in a very good position for the crossfire, but let's see up to what extent, because the gun difference still in the favor of Trickster with only the Ghost. Casper can have that trade here, but who is going to get that kill with a better weaponry? Casper still gets it, and that's gonna be the round for VLT.
Oh man, I think they were a little bit.
Yeah, Casper
Ofi. Trix only had one round in the chamber, and she went in.
POV को क्या हो गया?
It's easy for Casper to just spray and pray in that situation. So unfortunately, even though they have managed to take the site, it's a little bit tougher. But the main thing that you got to consider here is the fact that they've done so much damage to players that they took out. So economical damage is done, plus the spike planted. They're gonna be good for this bonus round.
आप लोग का data हो जाएगा 720p में देखो.
Should be theirs, but right now, again, I would like to go back just a quick in towards the map selection, right? So interestingly, in terms of stats, we do see Asteria having the higher percentage, but look at this, though. NGX gonna say no. Alka takes it from the start. Really beautiful, but still was detected by the recon vault here. So basically, in terms of map selection, we do see that VLT has the upper hand, but right now with Nigma Galaxy here, really popping off as Ivory gets one. Tricks also for the team here in towards
मेरा quality तो कम ही होगा, guys. Mine is MacBook Pro. Mac will not give 1020.
At least for the security of
Mac is 2 rupees.
So this is a 4-2 for the side here of NGX. They just need to secure it because retake capabilities of Asteria can still be very deadly, despite them being, being on Shrey and Britzy. So what do you think about this composition here? At least, and Aya go with a very quick here. Actually, that was actually pretty good reflexes coming in from Aya, and they know that Britzy is in market.
Look at this. They're keeping her pinned down. Britzy's just trying to dance back and forth between the walls.
You
maybe
max
find
up
a headshot or two, but she
don't
has no freedom of movement. They are trying to wallbang her even. She actually managed to take down Alka, so that's pretty good. But here we go. The classic headshot, and Britzy is gone. So Nigma Galaxy, this was their round to have. The Asian composition on Asteria's side is pretty nice, but given their current weaponry in that previous round, I just didn't see it happening. Now that they saved up, though, and we got Muffin Loop on the upper
720p यार maximum check किया.
A very different round.
This is quite interesting because, yeah, you mentioned the good thing is the third round, Nigma Galaxy just basically popped off.
बंद करके start करेंगे क्या फिर से?
Weaponry. But right now, Muff is a map and not really neglecting any capable flank for the side of Nigma Galaxy. So here, really being on a passive state for the side of Asteria. You mentioned it on the panel. They do have that tendency to make a sandwich here. But let's see if Nigma Galaxy is to eat it or maybe a bit poisoned by it. Because look at this. The amount of patience that they're going
stream
through
restart
right now.
करेंगे क्या?
It's a minute. So recently we've seen time and time again for Nigma Galaxy that they go off and try to commit a site for at least like 50 to 40 seconds at a time. Which this is going to be starting because of that lockdown. And they need to make the best out of this lockdown right here. So that's going to be coming through and through. They will be entering towards the site, but Casper still takes the spray.
अभी भी नया है 1020.
But can this
720
for Nigma Galaxy?
I don't know. They actually might be able to go in and get the spike planted, but whether or not they can defend it is a whole other thing. I mean, you've got every single player on Asteria already on the site, so they're good in terms of timing. They've already rotated. All they need are the frags, and right now Shreya is good for a quick double. Chloe on the other side of Jenny, she's good for a double on her own as well, but Shreya just comes in with a fleck. It's all up to this 1v1 right now.
एक बार stream restart करो, tension मत लो. We can restart the stream, nothing will happen, people will come. Watching आएगा, don't worry about watching.
Dart to the heart, Trick says, as we did see time and time again, these amazing clutch coming in from
YouTube पे भी ये हो रहा है क्या?
So we're going to start off with Casper trying to get that pop in, but with the spray transfer coming from Chloe here is one of the things that really turned that tables around. And Trix basically all has to do is just buy time and jiggle peek towards mine, and that Dart is basically
गंदे हारे रे.
Really the
आप लोगों का हो गया क्या
I love
10
that. Dart to the heart, and you are to blame, Zaya,
okay.
but whatever's happening right now, it's not going to work out. Muffin Loop going for that Blade Storm TM buy, but way too aggressive at the B main peak. She's going to get punished for that, so zero
तेरा
value
कैमरा
get,
सेट करो फ्यूचर.
gotten out of that Blade Storm. Right now, Nigma Galaxy stepping on the brakes a little bit, and I really love to see this. They know that they created an opening towards the B side, but there is a chance for that rotation, so they're not just rushing in. In fact, they're trying to rotate past mid and in towards A. You already got the spike players in towards A main as well. No one's there to actually stall or defend the A side, so this is a free plant, a lot of free real estate for Nigma Galaxy.
And this is the thing, their assertiveness here is in a slow start, but then if you give them the chance, that is where they make the best out of it. So you said it, this is a free take. Post plant basically in their favor, because if you look at how they're positioned, Sky here, we do see Meow 16k going in towards heaven. This is a quite risky of a play, considering that there are smokes and utilities around as well as a Luca. So right now,
लोग तो थोड़ा delay में चल रहा है क्या?
in terms of location, but Meow 16 still gets that sheriff kill against
last
Aluka.
round
And right now,
चलेगा.
can this be a potential
Same.
clutch? But look at this, alarm bot will notify them. Ooh, dinked, but not enough, as Aya got the better weaponry here. And right now we do see they're just basically buying off time, making things out of best here. And this is gonna be another. Oh, do they? Okay. Oh,
What?
but they don't have time.
Auto को
But
drag
still,
करना.
Trey and the gang were able to win out their fights.
Yo, this is pretty scary. I mean, look at this. With the Sheriffs, they managed to take out 4 players from Nigma Galaxy, not to mention Shreya, who's absolutely popping off with that thing. Triple kill for the IGL of Asteria. So, whatever we were saying on the panel, whatever we were trying to theorize here about, you know, Muffin Lou, she's the big MVP. Yeah. She's really strong, but even if she's taken out of the equation, I think Shreya can step up to the plate. So it's not all doom and gloom yet, because it's only 3-2 for now. Asteria still have a chance at turning this into their first half. Of course, starting on the defensive side, they have an advantage, but a bit of a Ferrari peak. Muffin Loop's going to eat it, and right now, this is a big opening with B main control and vision. They might actually be able to find yet another peak, but instantly, this is the response from Casper, and that's why she's such a good Astra. The stars have already been pre-placed, and now just buying a little bit of extra time stalling as well, but what they don't know is that, take a look at your mini-map right now, the rotations going in towards A.
This is basically the adaptability that Nigma Galaxy has right now, because they know that Asteria does not neglect, sure, the flanks, but they are making the best out of it. But you know, some noise in towards B. And you did mention Casper here with these stars placed in smokes as well. But is it enough to make it align though? Because look at this, another A take here, because the amount of success that Nigma Galaxy is having is in this site. So that's going to be an ult coming in from Ivory, if I'm not mistaken. And right now we do see here already creating the post-plant situations for the side of Nigma Galaxy, really making wonders. And this ult though is basically really helpful for Nigma Galaxy to narrow down the angles that they need to take cover, especially for post-plant. Speaking of angles though, we do see down there from Train Casper, Chloe for the trade. Yeah, 16k, not gonna give up as well, but this is just a rampage. Chaotic for both sides of the team. 1v1, who's gonna take that push? No, it's basically Tricks to secure it all with the 4 points in their arsenal.
Damn, it is the second time that we're seeing this face-off between Shreya and Trix right now. But looking at the scoreboard, I think it's proven, right? Trix got that 10-2. She has been popping off and showing up every single round. When it comes down to this 1v1, she wins it dead to rights. And unfortunately, it's a little bit difficult for Shreya to hold the angle as well. And especially with the fact that they're playing on defense, time is of the essence. They actually need to be able to win these retakes. Otherwise, it's going to be Nigma Galaxy again and again. This time around, Asteria often eco as well. They're not contesting A main at all, and that's why there's so much room to work with. Nigma Galaxy sense this, and they're just going in for the burst. Already getting site control. The Astra Nebulas are up. The door is getting shut down as well, so it's a little bit tough for the retakes to happen.
Can have a potential thrifty round here, but Trix still starts it off, taking straight down. Casper for the trade with that Sheriff kill, beautifully done. But we are trying a bit of a fight here as Trix goes for the wall bang, taking down Britzy, Aya as well. They know that they have the better weaponry, so basically you can consider this another round for Nigma, unless of course proven by either Muffin Loop or Casper. And again, we've been highlighting them both time and time again. Muffin Loop really amazing with the Marshall and with, you know, as a player in general. But I don't think it's really enough at this point because numbers are advantageous in towards Nigma Galaxy. So right now, best case scenario, since they were able to save here, Clack, right, I think if ever Nigma Galaxy is to win out this next round that we're having, there's the pause. And you know what? No, maybe they kind of read my mind and said, yeah, go for the pause, because you want to end this momentum that Galaxy is having, because if you give them that certain amount of aggression, it's just really going to pop off through, and you don't want to place yourself in a position wherein when the second half comes, it's going to be more tedious to work with later on.
Exactly. You don't want to let Nigma Galaxy have their way. You don't want to give them that steamroller baby cadence where they're going to just start steamrolling all over you. You need to put a stop to this. And this is actually something that Asteria are known to do. They mentioned in their wildcard interview, the winner's interview, that they have a great coach. And their coach often tells them, you got to call for timeouts. Sometimes if you're on a losing streak or maybe even a winning streak, a timeout will do wonders for you because you take that pause, you kind of catch a breather, think about the situation, reassess, recalibrate your strategies, and re-energize yourselves before you go back into the fray. And the last time they did this, they actually put a timeout and then they won 11 rounds in a row. This was against Vitality Estelle in Wildcard, their qualifying match into FSL Elite. So can this happen again? After a timeout, are we going to see a big winning streak from Velocity? I don't know, but it could be. We're seeing Muffin Loop on the operator again.
This is interesting because look at that turret's gonna be, but there's gonna be the trade for Shrey here, using the turret as basically bait. But right now, is there the trade to happen here? Because maybe the pause would work well for VLT. And let's see how things are gonna go. They went in towards market. I'm pretty sure that they might try and corner out the angles right here. Tried a bit of security, but that's gonna be a showstopper. Not gonna spot out anyone, to say the least, in towards the side, but not enough as Strix will take down Shrey, because that's basically a double peek coming in from Galaxy. So looking at how they're rotating, we do see Meow 16 onto the backside. That's gonna be Hunter's Fury coming in from
counter.
Oh no, Britzy was able to jump in time where the Hunter's Fury is directed at her. Trix will be taking that kill instead. 3 versus 4 numbers advantage in towards NGX right now. So let's see. A lot of information, very vital for the side of Galaxy here as we see.
Well, it's going to be a tough retake that we're seeing right now. 3v3, but Muffin Loop's doing some magic. She dashes in, but unfortunately it's only good for 1. Casper was the other. And coming into the backside, Trix just coming with a swing. She has been playing this really conservative style. I mean, not really baiting her teammates, don't get me wrong, but she's playing off of their context. She gets the information, and what she knows, this is a duel that I can win. I can have my crosshair pre-aimed. All I gotta do is strafe out and shoot. She's actually able to take the Velocity Asteria players out. So it's really tough for Astera to actually go in for these retakes. They need to do a better job at stalling and defending the site, or at the very least, play the full retakes game. They need the numbers coming into these rounds, and right now they're just not having that. Back against an Eco once more. We got a Scout, we got some Sheriffs, we have a Spectre. Is it going to be enough though, Zaya?
We'll just have to see, because then again, at this point, they have to consider on, as you mentioned, have they positioned themselves, and just like that, Ivory and Aluka was double peeking Stray from the vicinity, and before that smoke even popped, Aluka goes for the kill. It's gonna be another one. Beautiful spray transfer coming in from Chloe, just all the way dwindling down to 1. Then this could be a potential flawless for the side of Nigma Galaxy.
Could happen. All they need is Britzy, and they've already spotted her out. There it is, the secret lab. Flawless for Enigma Galaxy. 7-2 is the score right now. They must have won, I don't know, 5, 7 rounds in a row?
I guess 5 consecutive
6
rounds. But nonetheless, still, we did see really Enigma Galaxy popping off right now. And right now, okay, VLT still has the weapon, at least for this round, but then again, if they do not want to make things if they want things to make it into a lighter shade, at least for the second half, they need to
Ascent bolte
points as much as possible. And unfortunately, NGX is just shutting them down, at least at the moment. So just if you look at how Nigma Galaxy just
strongest icebox है
using these utilities first, that's gonna be a first peek. Only gets one beautiful.
भाई वही बोल रहा हूँ, एस्टीरिया का ही बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. हमारा बोला तो ये रुचिर भी ना देखो, डिफरेंशिएट करता है सर.
डिफरेंशिएट करता है. हाँ बराबर.
So right now again they once more took domination of A side. That was a beautiful angle for Aluka Britzy for that shutdown. Now let's see, it's again 2-4. This is quite interesting. Stars aligned. Let's see if it's going to be placed accordingly. Smoke, but
okay, what's happening? Chat में क्या हो रहा है? Quality too low. जाके Twitch पे देखो.
It's going to be a very interesting corner for Aluka here. Shock dart will hit, but no tricks from the behind. Still gets Britzy down. Aluka for the 3K. This is just really the momentous phase for Galaxy.
Damn, I mean, partially.
Tricks को
Yes.
ज़्यादा नहीं मार रही है.
Commute किया
Look at the scoreboard right now.
रेस ज़्यादा मार रहा है ना? असुना बन गया.
Two deaths.
उसने ना उनका सोवा.
Is on fire. But
रेस भी
not
मार
just
रहा है.
fire. Honestly, I'm getting
Entry, पूरा entry.
Okay, pardon my
Marvel split में रेस.
Water
Split में
vibes. She's
Split में रेस.
Yeah, Ascent
split में बोल रहा हूँ. ये Ascent में.
ठीक है यार. Next time curve goal डालेंगे.
She has that calm, cool sense, and at the
ये
same
भी
time,
अच्छा है.
just really smart 200 IQ plays because.
अच्छा तो सारे
she's
एजेंट है ना,
control
बस खेलना आना
of the
चाहिए.
Galaxy. She's actually reading the game on such a high
उधर
level.
वांदे हो
She's
रहे.
trying to figure out the positioning from the Asteria players. Every round that we're seeing this, look at how they take control over the map. They know
Binks
where
को
the
बुलाओ
weak
live
spots
पे.
are.
Binks
They
हो रहा है
know
guys.
where the Asteria players are positioned. You saw that ping right in front of Pizza, and they're actually looking to take down the Killjoy player that is Shreya on the other side. But here comes the burst, the blast pack. It's not going to be enough for Aluka, but Trix instantly getting the trade. Now they're looking for Britzy, trying to find her underneath Speedway. They're only good for one though. Chloe makes the trade happen at the same time. So with that, control over the B side has been granted to Nigma Galaxy. Spike goes down. It's a 3v3 retake. Of course though, some of the players of Nigma Galaxy are a little bit low. At the same time, not the best weaponry on Asteria.
Binks लोगों पे वही है रे, वो record करके stream कर रहा है वो. सो गया Binks.
And right now we do see a lockdown coming in from Chloe. Is it enough though? That's going to be one Sheffield forecast for I for the trade. Beautiful spray transfer once more. Is it going to be enough though? Oh, Spazzers into Classic, and that's going to be a 3K for Aya, securing their 9th point. And look at this dominating performance right now. And you did mention from the panel here, like if you were to remove Mountain Loop or Aluka or Trix for the side of Galaxy here, you still have Chloe here who's been popping off. Take note, like this is the magic of having another player or a sub or a 6-man rather in towards your team. The amount of mystery and the variety of strategies is just haywire. And right now, Aya is creating a statement.
such a big statement. I mean, it's always faster to swap to your sidearm rather than reloading, right? That's what she does with the Classic. But regardless of weaponry, it's the fact that they're reading the map, the fact that they're using their utilities so well to actually push onto site. Asteria just don't really quite know what hit them. And here it is, the last round of the first half. If Asteria don't take this, it's going to be 10-2. And after that, very difficult to come back from. So the Lear comes out, Asteria trying to stall as long as possible. Casper with the gravity well, but it's only good for one. Ivory makes an instant trade happen, and the Cosmic Divide makes it that much more difficult for Asteria to actually hold and stall. But the one thing that's good for them, though, is that Shreya has her lockdown. She could deploy it and potentially just take this site back from Nigma Galaxy's hands. There it is. It just got deployed. Spike planted as well, and right now Nigma Galaxy are faced with the conundrum. They either have to push in or to back out of sight completely. Chloe's going in for this though, instantly taking the double kill and destroys the lockdown. Trix gets the final kill as well, and there it is. 10-2 at the end of the first half. Oh my god, 20 kills, 3 deaths only? What?
What was that, Trix? Trix, you are just really popping off the charts right here. But you gotta commend Nigma Galaxy here is basically playing around the map, not really, you know, daunted, not really threatened by that so-called lockdown coming in from Shrey, because they know what to do. The moment that lockdown
Game is hard
placed in towards Garden is the moment that they push it. Notice how Chloe, as well as
Tentokers, Nukers.
that was Aluka or Ivory, who was with her, just double peek and went in. They know the exact location to where the lockdown is placed, and they did not hesitate to actually
Tento
go
is a
for the
new
kill
curse.
because they didn't want that. They don't want to be
Bharosa rakho.
detained by such.
Easy way.
So that was just a beautiful masterpiece coming in from Nigma Galaxy. 10-2 onto the scoreline right now, really sitting pretty for Galaxy. But then again, we do see time and time again that if the switch happens, magic can still be there. But again, this is a lot of effort to put in, at least for the side of Asteria, because they need to make every round count at this point.
Yeah, tremendous effort. But, you know, we have seen Asteria do this before.
But they
They
frame
feel
kattiyale.
maybe a little bit more comfortable on the attacking side, right? So, yeah, we saw this in Wildcard a little bit. But I don't know, it's a little bit different this time around. They're off against Nigma Galaxy, their nemesis. So the Nebulas are out. They actually block off vision. They close the door. They get the spike down, but they are losing players in the process. Muffin was trying to pull off a bit of a deep lurk, but unfortunately she got denied by Chloe. So 4v5 right now. This is the best possible scenario for Nigma Galaxy to retake off of. The recon vault is good as well. They're getting so much information off of this. A headshot to start things off, and right now Shreya just jumping in. Everyone's streaming into sight, but Elka is all the way at the top of heaven trying to do her best. It's not going to be enough though, as Shreya puts the final nail in the coffin, and Asteria take pistol round.
Yeah, let's go.
Solution they can ask for to stop.
Starts with pistol.
This is going
Ends
to be
13-10, guys.
You did mention that was a beautiful
Bharosa rakho
but
bhai.
then again, VLT just basically took that into their advantage and just go for the double peaks, no hesitations, no questions asked, and they just went on with the roll, getting that 3rd point. So can this be the start of, you know, something new, or not really new, more like the start of you know, a potential snowball coming in from Asteria? Because you did mention that they were able to make things work, but Aluka just shuts it down in the face with the Sheriff. Muffin Loop goes down. We did mention time and time again, Muffin Loop here is one of the vital keys, but without it, can Shrey and company really do and make the magic work?
I don't know. I mean, you saw that Sheriff shot. It's so magical,
Chef's
I
kiss.
guess. Yeah, Chef's kiss. Expecto Patronum. Poof.
Patron.
One player said, wait, actually, that's the wrong spell. But whatever it is, Asteria still have the weaponry here. All they need is to play the close range duels. It's going to be a little bit tough to do that, though, from the A site, and that's why we have 2 players rotating back towards B. Of course, though, they need the utility to make this work. So right now, I think what they're trying to do is a little bit of that Asteria magic. Get some players to distract and delay the rotations for as long as possible. You can see that Nigma Galaxy are starting to doubt this possible B push as well. Chloe, though, might just be the anchor on the B side to stop this madness. At the same time, we got that little pepper spray. Elka's down to 5 HP, so she's gonna play it really, really safe. But all this time has been burnt. 30 seconds remaining. Where's the spike? It hasn't gone into B yet.
This is interesting because you did mention Sandwich may come up and that's going to be the potential rotate. But notice into the first half, Nigma Galaxy did the same thing. And look at how, you know, they were not really going in towards B. But still, Britzy was able to go for the shutdown here. The clutch plant of the spike has happened. Meow16k goes and takes down Tricks in the process. Shrey as well with better weaponry was able to get it done. Is it going to be? As Aya goes for that sheriff kill. But only the remaining member remaining here for the side of Nigma Galaxy, and Sheriff can only go for so far, but I think this could be a secured you know, round to say the least for Asteria, but that's gonna be a run. But no, Aya shuts it down. But is the time in her hands though? I think she's just going to either get this Spectre done or just go ham, because basically they can have, you know, better weaponry onto the next one. So I think Aya may go and try for another kill. Ooh, spray it, not enough to kill it. But let's see.
Either I died.
That's one making transfer 4K for Aya, even though Asteria still won that round because due to no time at all, but still denying that, you know, potential bonus weapon. And that this is gonna be the replay now, pal.
Big brain plays from Aya. I'm not sure like if she had that in mind, but she's doing the whole thing of, you're not locked. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. I'm gonna stay here, hold the exit frags for as long as possible, because what I want is for you to die to the spike, so you don't have as much money coming into the next round. And it's working out beautifully, because at the same time, we have Meow16k on nothing but a bulldog. Not the best utility as well. Britzy doesn't have her her owl drone. It's a little bit difficult for Asteria right now. Nigma Galaxy, they might have lost a round, but they might just win the war. They've got all the weaponry that they could possibly ask for. All they need is to play out this defense perfectly. But they're getting a little bit inquisitive right now. Casper holding the off angle. Trix checks it. I mean, Aya checks it. And there it is. Alka with the instant trade. There's that tag team duo teamwork that comes from Nigma Galaxy. But they're doing just such a good job right now. I don't know how Asteria is going to crack this code, crack this defense.
Definitely, and as you mentioned, in which Meow16 had the bulldog immediately get shut down by Trix, who basically had the better weaponry during that fight. And I love it how Nigma Galaxy is basically double peeking with each and every you know, flank that they do, or with each and every site that they want to take. But look at this, Britzy though still takes Ivory in an off angle, really beautifully made. 3 versus 2 on the clock. We do see Chloe spots out one turret's gonna be destroyed. Let's see if the angle works for Chloe. No, as Muffin Loop goes and secures it with the help of his friend here. And Aluka, only the remaining member, can, let's see if Aluka can also secure and, you know, deny weapons to say the least, or maybe, you know, 1v3 clutch, because that's a very good start here, taking down one. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if they can actually, if she can actually go for it. That's gonna be paint shells, alarm bot.
What?
But look at that, the paint.
Oh my god, no!
No, Muffin Loop shuts it down. The timing is impeccable, but impeccable for Muffin Loop as they get the 5th point here for the side of Asteria.
Oh yeah, impeccable for Muffin Loop. She's a bird. She's gonna hit you with her beak every single time you think you have a slight advantage. You pull out the showstopper, but she just wags her finger no in your face. Nigma Galaxy, Aluka, she's been showing up. She's been getting those frags, but unfortunately this time around it's just not enough. 10-5 is the score for now, and Asteria are showing that on the attacking side, they just might be a little bit more comfortable. Instant guiding light in towards the A side as well to create a little bit of space, and they might just looking to pull off a rush because they know that the Nigma Galaxy players are on an eco.
And right now we do see here really nice, you know, change of pace as they go for his middle side instead, because we've seen time and time again they did just play around either A or B And right now they're just trying to take it slow, at least for the side of Asteria. Because again, we did mention this.
Nice
Quack,
round, nice
that
round. Come on, come on,
once
come on.
that
Comeback
pauses
happening,
in, or
boys.
once we get that switch of the sides, this is where we get to
आराम से
see
अन्ना
ए
बोल रहा हूँ ना
फाटू
नया
बात
कर्स
करना.
the teams pop off. And right now,
फाटू क्या कर रहा है?
Asteria is really,
फाटू
really doing a good job at it. But
है उधर रूम में पता नहीं पाउडर लगा रहा होगा
that's
खुद
going to
के
be the
ऊपर.
lockdown coming in. They will also have a similar feat, but a lot of utilities
होगा,
do
होगा,
were
don't
used
worry.
right here. Checking
Trust
all
the process.
low health for the side of Asteria members. Let's see.
It's a big side exit.
अन्ना बुला रहे.
One that works out, but at what cost? Some of the players.
अरे हाँ अन्ना he doesn't have permission to speak apparently.
To top her teammates off.
Hey चल.
Basically full health. They'll be able to sustain about 2 or 3 more.
अरे
bullets from the
फाटू को
Vandals
परमिशन दो
defenders,
बात
but
करने के लिए.
That's not what Nigma Galaxy has. They've got sheriffs, they've got specters, and it's just not good enough right now. Shreya, she's holding the off angle. She's good for Chloe, but there it is. The sheriffs are coming in from main. They're coming in from door as well, but unfortunately for them, it's still a quite tall order for them to push past. Automatic weapon is always going to do better than the sheriffs if you don't have the perfect angle.
Good. 10-6 let's go. आराम से हो जाएगा.
Easy way.
Right now. 4 more is all they need to equalize
फाटू
the
easy
score.
पे.
You did say from the panel
Go for it.
coming again, Quack alongside with.
उसको बात करना नहीं आता रे. वही प्रॉब्लम है, बोल रहा हूँ ना.
अरे
आवाज आ रहा है ब्रो.
आवाज आ रहा है ब्रो. फ्यूचर देखा है कमबैक हो रहा है जस्ट से.
हो गया comeback.
हो रहा है.
हो रहा है.
ऐसे जिंक्स करेगा ना फाटू मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना.
500 साल से मैंने ये रुचिर और यूफो को मैसेज भेजा है भाई. डिप्रेस्ड सॉरी सप्रेस्ड.
कुछ भी रोल बनाते हैं और ऋषभ को बोलना है. इतना सारे वीसी, इतना सारे रोल है, मेरे को खुद कंफ्यूज हो जाता हूँ मैं क्या करूँगा.
The last round was an eco, but coming into this one right now, it's already a quick execute onto the B side.
Easy bay.
They're going with that velocity. That's
क्या एंट्री था?
Unfortunately for them, though, it has been stopped. And right now, Spike being dropped is the worst thing in the world. All that's left is Ritzy, and she doesn't have the health for this. Triple kill by Ivory, and she is the anchor for Nigma Galaxy.
एक अच्छा एंट्री मिला. और कुछ नहीं हो पाया.
Perfect recipe for this potential match points as they draw close. And right now we're seeing basically NGX here. You know, this is the advantage of having like that consecutive wins in towards the first half, right? You tend to get into a position where you get some space. So if ever you kind of like lose some amount of rounds, you get to adapt to how basically Asteria is going to play this. Since they are the attackers, they need to initiate the fights at this point, and that's basically one of the perks of being the defender side. This one, when you're like in the second half, you basically you can get the tempo in which Asteria is going for here. So far they haven't really done a super rush of a push in sites, because what they've been doing is they've been playing around the map. They went to A, went to mid, then to B, at least for the remaining rounds that we have. So this is an interesting thing, because they may try and hold some amount of seconds before they try to commit a set. Is what I'm seeing here and towards the minimap. So again, with this kind of discipline for Galaxy to really go for double peaks whenever they get the chance, to get that really counter strafe going for their side. And here we see a little bit of a passive approach for Galaxy. But what do you think can be, the key for Asteria to basically crack the code?
It's a little bit tough for them to do that right now, just because they don't have the best weaponry. Of course, though, Muffin Loop with the Marshall can still be very deadly. But the tough thing that they've got going for them right now is the fact that Nigma Galaxy have gained quite a bit of map control. A main is locked out for Asteria right now, unless they take Alka down, but that's not happening anytime soon, girl. She's going for those taps, she's going for those headshots, and now, sensing that there might be a second player, they're standing their ground. At the same time, this pushes Asteria off towards another site, and unfortunately for Shreya, she's not going to be able to do that much damage, but maybe buying enough time for her teammates to push in towards market, maybe push in towards B main. But it's difficult because these two agents, Astra plus Killjoy, are the toughest ones for them to deal with. You've got those stars, you've got those nano swarms, and it's buying so much time. Now 16k going aggressive is only good for one. And Ivory right now, what did I say earlier on? She's the anchor. wall bangs, just tags past everything. It's not enough for Asteria to push along with, and right now it's at match point. I just don't know what Asteria could do from this point out.
Nigma Galaxy, I did mention they have discipline, and that is heavily demonstrated with the shots. Just look at this beautiful replay, right? Look at that spray transfer and the patience. Look at that. 1, 2, tap. There you go. Beautiful tap in towards that. And that is just basically beautiful. Okay, sure, the pause can still be, you know, a saving a grace here for Asteria. But at this point, this is match point. Everything, every round counts here
POV
for
round के साथ का ही है
Asteria.
क्या ना?
And right now,
नहीं POV ahead है,
this is
round
just
delay है.
really all the more the aggression still, even though that Galaxy is in the
POV
defender
से
side, the
leaks
fact
होगा.
that they know how to play around the angles is one of the things that you have to
कोई
commend them
टेंशन नहीं है.
for Asteria. You can't
दो
really
मैप
deny
और
that
बाकी
they're
है
a
भाई,
good
easy
team
है.
in there. They won 4 rounds consecutively in towards the
Ascent
second
था
half.
भाई, क्या
But
करे.
here though, this is where things are
Ascent
going
तो
to
वैसे ही
be
है.
VLT में
because
शनि है भाई.
I think they have time. They have enough money to buy, except okay, they have money to buy, and this is the very last line of, you know, aggression that Asteria can do, because if Galaxy were to play around the map here, this could be a bit difficult. Maybe Asteria will be the one to be sandwiched here, as we've been seeing from the previous the previous 2 rounds.
Yeah, exactly right. It's that sandwich. We're seeing Nigma Galaxy sensing that they got the better weaponry. They've got quite a bit of a bank going on as well. They're going to start to push out, and that's what we're seeing Alaga do, especially in towards mid. This could be a very, very hairy situation for Asteria right now, but thankfully, I guess they're trying to make a quick execute happen towards A main. They've done it before, and it worked out beautifully. So if they could do it again, this could be the comeback. And there it is, Makubu bursting onto side with the tailwind. She's looking for some heads to pop, but
अरे Binks लोगों पे stream कर रहा था match.
already read the situation, maybe due to Trix's call. They're just playing retakes at this
Watch
point.
others
They've taken 2
बोलते.
players out already, and they're making it even more difficult for Asteria to hold the side. It's all up to
बोला?
Casper right now. And where is she? She's all the way by tree. Ivory sees her. It's the burst, the kill, and 12-6 is the end of that score.
Beautifully done by Nigma Galaxy right here.
GG, nice try.
This is basically, you know,
GG,
an
auntie.
evident thing for Nigma Galaxy. They've been through
GG,
the course of
no problem, no
adaptability
problem.
time and
Still have
time
October,
again.
next
And
is our
you
map
know
pick,
that
guys,
saying,
bro.
as you progress, as you play games, is where you evolve. And basically, Nigma Galaxy was able to read down Asteria in towards this first match that we have, which is amazingly done. But still, you want to commend as well Asteria. We did see some amount of highlights that they did have, because they won the rounds consecutively, so they were drawing close. But you know what? Basically, the shutdown from Nigma Galaxy, it's amazingly done, perfectly done, and that's basically the first point now of our series.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Zaya. Shut down. Like, times you would see Asteria trying to peek out, maybe go for a frag or two. It's the angels that they're kind of looking for at times. But unfortunately for them, you know, you got players like Trix who are already calling out the positions. They've already they're kind of been reading Asteria like a book almost, especially on that first half, right? They won 10 straight rounds in a row. I can't believe what I'm seeing, but I want to check back to look at Trix's KDA real quick, just because she's been absolutely amazing. But, you know, that is what it is. It's only the first map. I still want to believe in Asteria. That's what I said. My heart is with Asteria. I think these girls, with their PC
Public
bugs,
chat में लिख रहा है
they can
Ascent
do it.
खरीदने
This is
के
only
लिए.
first map. You know, it's Ascent. It's Nigma Galaxy's map pick. We'll let them have it. All right? We're going into
खरीदने से जीत नहीं
next.
सकते रे बाबा,
That might be why.
खेलने से जीत सकते हैं.
Definitely could be a different story, because again, stats wise, we
एक काम कर सकते हैं, Ascent खरीद के डिलीट कर देना मैप से, मैप पूल से.
Asteria has the upper
Ascent
hand,
मैप को लाइफटाइम बैन कर दो.
against
अरे भाई वो आ गया ना
here
फ्रैक्चर.
in towards,
हड्डियां तोड़ेंगे
at
उसमें,
least for
tension
the previous match that they have, we've seen how you know, Asteria tried to play along the lines in terms of
अगली
trying
बार
to
से रुचि
isolate
के
the
साथ
fights,
फाटू भी
trying to
भेजना अपना
isolate all of
लकी
those
मोमोज के
angles. But
पास से. तेरे को
unfortunately,
भेजूं मैं
Nigma
मोमोज
Galaxy with the
साले.
discipline, you can really say that with all the duration of the rounds, they were never alone. They were double peeking. They were looking at every corner. So if one goes down, the trade is bound to happen. And that's one of the disciplines that that Nigma Galaxy really showed us in towards this previous match. But right now, let's try to at least take focus on to the next one, because this is the interesting bit that really had me. So Asteria is going to choose. Asteria chose Icebox, if I'm not mistaken, and they will be starting it off as the attacker's side. So this could be a better feat for them, because one,
चलो chat
their
कुछ
defender
बात
side,
करते हैं बोलो.
that
Next
can
map
be,
is the box.
they've managed to
Ice
win
box.
it, to say the least.
बर्फ के
They were
डब्बा.
able to pop it off at some point, but right now, Icebox is a bigger map. This is a different story that we're talking about. So what do you think about that?
I mean, it's an age-old debate, I guess, kind of. People didn't really like Icebox.
Comeback होगा क्या? Easy बे.
Now it's a little bit more comfortable. We're seeing it a lot.
Just saying, my next bet.
अन्ना ने 2-4 स्ट्रैट बता रही है
one of those
sexy
maps
वाली.
where you might think it is
Stream में करी थी,
defender
याद है क्या
sided,
guys?
but
बताने का
when
नहीं.
you watch Asteria play this,
Icebox
they
में stats
actually
पता है
seem
guys?
a little
2-3
bit
stat,
more
एक VLT का
like
बताया,
that.
एक
Like,
VS का
we're starting
बताया.
to see them mount a bit of a comeback towards the second half. So
अरे
same
मार्जिलो
thing might
VLT
actually
वाला
happen
क्या था
here.
रे?
I want to believe in them. We've
अभी
seen
भी
them
यूज कर
do
रहे क्या
this
VLT वाला?
incredibly well before, and actually for
Marzel?
Nigma Galaxy, although they might have stellar statistics across all maps,
छोड़ के
their
चला गया
win
क्या मेरे को?
ratios, their win percentages are only at about, maybe the 60%, 50% rate. Meanwhile, Asteria, on a map like Icebox, they got something like 70, maybe even 80%. So, it could happen. It could happen. But that's what we've got for now. I think it's time for a quick break, and then we shall come back with round number 2.
Akash
But
Bhattacharya,
before
thank you
now,
so much
I
for the
mean,
100, bro.
who do you
Let's
see on your
go.
side?
It's the first
We got
tournament, guys.
Nano Leaf
First
up here.
tournament है.
We got Secret Lab
We
behind
just
me.
started. Next year
This is
से
gonna be
hopefully
interesting
more
because
LAN
while
tournaments will happen.
there
We
is a
will be
big
able to travel to Singapore to
$25,000
play
prize
such
pool for
events.
the teams, we've got
So
some
advantage तो होगा. Don't
prizes
worry.
for the viewers at home as well. I mean, you see it. I think it's in the Twitch chat somewhere. If you want to get this promotion, if you want to buy Nano Leaves for yourself, just exclamation mark Nano Leaf. I'm sure like the fine folks at FSL, the fine folks at Nano Leaf have a nice discount code for you somewhere. At the same time, we have got Secret Lab giveaways. If you want to win a chair,
Thank you
keep
for
your
the
eyes
surface
peeled,
master.
because
Hotel कर से
sometime
क्या ना यार?
after the game series, during the breaks, there's going to be a code, there's going to be a form, a QR code for you to scan, and you get to stand a chance at winning a Secret Lab chair. So yeah, don't go away, guys. We're going to be back after the break, but also keep your eyes out for all these nice little goodies that we are giving away.
Can girls participate in Tech and Sky? We need to check. We will check after this event is done. Hopefully we should be able to play. Shaya won't be able to play. We need to take a substitute and play the event. Tech and Sky. Because Shreya can't be playing from Australia to Mumbai server. Nahi hoga. So we'll take a substitute and do it.
राइट को बोल के एसेंट का कुछ करवाना पड़ेगा.
मोहन भाई का भी इंटरव्यू चाहिए. बराबर करेंगे.
लोग कह रहे हैं राइट को बोल के इस मैप का कुछ करवाना पड़ेगा एसेंट का. आवाज आ रही है ना अन्ना मेरी?
What happened to Jelly? शशांक जेली क्वेश्चन मार्क क्या करना है?
आवाज आ रहा है ना?
आ रहा है आवाज आ रहा है.
हाँ चैट बोल रही है राइट को बोल के कुछ करवाना पड़ेगा एसेंट का.
इसलिए तो फ्रैक्चर ऐड करवाया.
इसलिए तो
7 मैप से Perma ban easy. Ascent was Nigma Galaxy का pick, guys.
हाँ. Icebox is ours, then split.
Anna ignore what? Good girls play VCC. This is technically VCC for girls, right? अरे रुचिर उसको भी परमिशन दो. बाजिर.
Okay.
Bings.
देता.
अभी ये म्यूटेड होगा.
अरे कहाँ पे ज्वाइन किया?
नहीं आया ये.
ड्रैग किया वो म्यूटेंट एफएन है. हम क्या परमिशन दे सकते?
अरे परमिशन दे.
कौन सा परमिशन देना है? रुको कौन सा परमिशन देना है रुचिर बताओ एक बार.
क्या ले
क्या ले
क्या ले
एसेंट किया पूरा वीएलटी का
एसेंट
जीत सकते थे ना।
हम्म
बहुत ऐसा माइन्यूट 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 मिस्टेक्स। वो मफिन ने वो एक सोहक को मारा नहीं, वो मेन पे वो सीधा इतना वाइल्ड एंगल पे क्यों ऑफ करते पता नहीं। बीमेन पे वो उधर सोहा को मार देता तो वो राउंड अपना था। सोहा ने क्लच निकाल
या
लिया था।
Mistakes are meant to be made, my friend. सुधरेंगे कैसे?
अरे लेकिन बहुत कॉमन जैसा बीमेन पे स्काई मारा, बीमेन पे स्काई मर ही नहीं सकते जब स्काई और फ्लैश अपना डॉग और फ्लैश स्काई और सोवा इससे एजेंट से जो नहीं मर सकते, समझ रहा क्योंकि
मुझे लग
ड्रोन
रहा
है
है कि उस टाइम पे वो हल्का सा शायद आंखें ऊपर गई होगी रडार पे, शायद वो होता है ना फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड वाला।
क्योंकि मैं मेरी टीम को भर देता हूँ अगर मेरा कोई ऐसा बंदा मर गया जिसके पास पूरा इन्फो जैसा सोवा हो गया या फिर किलजा हो गया।
उनका एस्ट्रा भी नहीं मर सकते एसेंट जैसे मैप पे स्मोक्स चाहिए।
नहीं एस्ट्रा तो चल वो वैसा वाला एजेंट नहीं है ना जो इन्फो दे सकता है। मैं मेरा
इन्फो की भी बात नहीं है बट लेटर ऑन एक्सिक्यूशन के लिए एटलीस्ट जिंदा तो रहना चाहिए ना।
हाँ,
जिधर साइड हिट कर रहे हो
अटैक। हाँ जब ये अटैक में रहेगा तभी जिंदा रहना चाहिए।
हाँ
इसको क्या से रोल देना है इन लोगों को
डिफेंस पे इतने राउंड्स लेकिन बी मेन और ए मेन पे ऐसे पिक ऑफ हो गया ना फाइट लाइक विदाउट इन्फो फाइट
इसके अंदर क्या करना है बोलो।
देख मेरे को एक सेटअप पसंद नहीं आया जहाँ पे किलजॉय मार्केट खेल रही थी। कोई किलजॉय मार्केट नहीं खेलता।
अरे खेलते रे विंग
नहीं
दिख रहा है
बस हमारे किलजॉय नहीं
परमिशन में गया
नहीं
परमिशन
बोला तो तुझे भी देखा क्या साइड पे
हाँ किया
वहाँ पे नीचे देखो परमिशन टू स्पीक
तू
होगा।
अगर मार्केट से खेलेगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा कितने जन को मारेगा? एक को भी मारेगा।
चलेगा अरे उनका अगर सेटअप है डिले करने के लिए पहले नैनो सॉन्ग से तो फिर चलेगा।
अरे तू स्मोक करके डैश किया तो साइड में कोई है ही नहीं।
हाँ तो वो एक ही होगा ना।
हाँ तो वही मैं बोल रहा ना।
नहीं उसको जाने दो, उसको जो भी करना करे। वो जेट है, वो जेट एनीवे डैश करने वाला है, क्या कर सकते हैं।
मार्केट से तब भी लोग खेलते हैं जब तुम लोग रीटेक का अल्टीज हो और तुम लोग का
वही या तभी हो या सुबह का रिकॉन भी क्लिप करके रखे हो ताकि मार्केट के थ्रू मार सके स्मोक के थ्रू।
से रिकॉन मारे हैं वही
कुछ भी हो सकता है, पॉसिबिलिटी तो है अगर मिड पे हैवी करना है।
अरे एक सेकंड रुको भाई। फाटो
हाँ ना
हाँ एडवांस परमिशन में आया, वॉइस एक्सेस में नेक्स्ट क्या करना है? Allow members to change name, manage channel, manage permissions, view channel, member permissions, voice channel permissions.
हाँ मैनेज परमिशंस कैंसिल, ये सारा कैंसिल करो ना। नीचे स्पीक
कौन सा?
नीचे होगा वॉइस चैनल परमिशंस में।
हाँ वॉइस चैनल परमिशंस में है।
हाँ वो कनेक्ट में कैंसिल करने का है, स्पीक में टिक मार्क करने का है।
करेक्ट में एक्स मार्क दबाना है क्या?
वो कनेक्ट में फिर कोई भी कनेक्ट कर लेगा ना।
हाँ ओके। आ रहा है क्या आवाज अभी?
अभी हुआ क्या?
अनम्यूट करो। हेलो
अनम्यूट भी है तू?
तो कैसे बात कर रहा है?
केवल का म्यूट कर दो फिर से।
और अन्ना एक बात बताओ, आप पुश टॉक कर रहे हो?
अरे मेरे को आता नहीं रे ये सब करना। आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू।
तो टीबोन तूने पुश टॉक रखा है क्या?
उसके वजह से।
हाँ चैनल की वजह से ना, वही तो कह रहा हूँ मैं।
अन्ना ये दुबई की टीम है क्या?
लेकिन बहुत प्यारा है
नहीं
ना,
है।
बहुत प्यारा है
मेरा नहीं है।
एपीएससी का मैच चल रहा है।
लोग का किलजॉय और सोवा का।
नहीं अन्ना ये कहाँ का टीम है?
This is that team.
फिलीपींस।
हाँ फिलीपींस का टीम है जो थाईलैंड को बहुत क्लोज देता है।
मस्त खेला पे लेकिन वो तो बहुत प्यारा है।
Hey guys, we're back with our desk before that game number
मार्जिन
2.
तुम वो वाला राउंड
But,
देखा था जब ये लोग
what
बीमेन पुश
a
कर रहे
game
थे?
won. I
हाँ।
mean,
किलजॉय
the
क्लोज बैठा था,
scores, just
एक
watching that was
किलजॉय
just
ने मारा, दूसरा मर
absolutely
गया।
crazy. I mean, VLT,
फिर
they
मफिन ने
started
डैश
winning
मारा,
the
डैश
first
भी
2
सक्सेसफुल, वो
rounds
मरी
very
नहीं।
solid.
हाँ।
बाद
And
में
after
वो
that,
मार्केट
just
का
Nigma
दरवाजा बंद
Galaxy
करके
with
साइड
that
पे हेल्प करने
10
क्यों नहीं गए?
straight round win. Tricks at some point was like
वो डोर बंद ही नहीं किया, वो
and
नॉर्मल
three,
ऐसे ही मार्केट दिखती बैठी
for
थी।
her
हाँ अरे
getting
वो
A
दबाया
is
होगा बट
absolutely
क्लोज
insane,
नहीं
guys.
हुआ
What
होगा
do you
ऐसा
think?
कुछ।
नहीं वो मार्केट ही देख के बैठी थी,
Sounds like she heard you.
वो एंड तक गई
वो
नहीं
स्मोक
side
में ऐसे रुकी थी और फिर नैनोसॉर्म से एक मर गया, वही राउंड ना?
हाँ
बोल
वही
रहा है,
राउंड।
हाँ।
Sided with VLT.
फिर नैनोसॉर्म से तो मर गया, लेकिन
मुझे
उसके
लगा वो
बाद
दबाई थी
So there's a lot of
ऐसे,
IGL
उस पे
versus
फोकस नहीं दिया,
IGL.
फिर
We
मर
saw
गई।
that early on. There was a lot of IGL
मैं देखा
versus IGL.
बहुत टाइम तक साइड पे
Numbers
एक और
were
बंदा था,
a lot. I feel like
बहुत
everyone
टाइम
वो
तक।
स्मोक के अंदर डैश कर रहा है तो दरवाजा बंद करने के लिए उधर ही स्मोक आता है स्विच के ऊपर।
Everyone was popping off, right?
वो ड्रैग में नहीं,
I
उससे
think
पहले मैं
actually
बाहर
Sarah
खड़ा हुआ था
tried
भाई,
to,
जिम से आया कोई
set
दरवाजा
a
खोलने के
warm
लिए
up.
नहीं, आधा
Nothing.
घंटा
I
बाहर
think
खड़ा हुआ
nothing.
मैं।
She missed a
मैं
couple of shots that she would generally miss. There were very rare
अबे
misses
तेरे को मैं
coming
फोन
in.
कर रहा था, मोहन
I
भाई का
think
फोन
she
नंबर
might
दे
be a
भाई,
little
फोन
warmed up
करूँ।
मार्जिन है ना?
ठीक है।
and maybe
बाद
अरे
में आया मार्जिल यार, वो सेवियर है मार्जिल।
आराम सही है।
Nice. I love that.
चलो
word.
guys, गेम चालू होने वाला है,
Do
okay?
that though. I mean,
चलो,
who
let's
knows?
go.
What if she
एक
goes back
एक
to
चीज करेगा,
Nah,
क्या?
एक चीज
I
करेगा,
don't
इस
think
चैनल
she's
की
turning
मैं
it.
शाम को मेरा 5 बजे का जिम।
It's really evident.
क्या बोल रहा है फाटू?
because,
ये
you know,
चैनल
maybe
का
the
वो
first
कर, मेरे
few
को हमको
rounds,
पुश टू टॉक
it
करके
was
बात करना
Astera
पड़ा।
actually. They
वो
took 2 rounds at the
Push to
start
talk
of
करके
the
करना पड़ रहा है।
game.
हाँ, चीज
Muffin
कर।
Loop, she was going crazy with the Marshall. She
पता
was
नहीं कैसे
taking
करते हैं, मेरे को नहीं
headshots
पता
that
उतना।
I have no idea how to work that weapon.
अरे
But
ऋषभ,
she does it so
VCP
easily. Unfortunately, though,
esports
at some
VCP यार
point,
ऋषभ।
it's just
जल्दी,
Nigma
ऋषभ।
Galaxy,
Chat
and,
में।
and they
जल्दी
started
ऋषभ,
to
पार्ट से।
figure out the way that Astera position themselves. I mean, it seems like Trix was making those calls like, hey, if they're pushing out mid, that means A is probably, or B is probably open. Let's just rush in. And they actually managed to go in, take the site down, get the spike planted, and at that point, 10 straight wins in a row.
मेरे को परमिशन
First
बताने की
half,
जरूरत क्या है?
they're
वो
just
खुद कर
unstoppable.
सकते हैं, सर्वर मॉडरेटर है, 2 रुपए का मॉडरेटर।
I mean,
जल्दी कर,
I
जल्दी कर।
see a
सारा
fundamental
permissions दे दिया
problem,
जल्दी
वॉइस
between these
एक्टिविटी
two
दिया,
teams,
एवरीथिंग इज गिवन।
and that was the fact that
ऊपर
VLT
देसी को भी ड्रैग
are
किया तो
playing
बिना पुश टॉक का
very
डायरेक्ट
aggressive.
बात
I'm not
करना
saying
पड़ेगा
just
उसको,
on the
दैट्स ऑल।
defender side, but on
हाँ
the
तो
attacker
अभी
side
एक
as
बार
well. They
बस
were
आप
sitting
लोग को
back,
रोल
waiting
दिया है,
for
एक
the
बार बस
alerts, and
डिस्कॉर्ड
that
रिस्टार्ट
doesn't
कर
really
लो,
work
हो जाएगा
against
ठीक
Nigma
से।
Galaxy because the way they push when they're on that defender
तो
side
कॉम्प्लिकेटेड
is
क्यों बना रहा है
it's
डिस्कॉर्ड को?
cautious
रुक जा,
aggression.
मैं
वो
नीचे जाके
डिस्कॉर्ड
ऊपर
वालों ने ही
सिम-
बनाया।
They slowly make their way
हाँ
forward.
सिंपल सी
नहीं
रहना
नहीं
चाहिए,
Forward
बंदे
position,
वीसी पे
and they
बात
slowly
करके
push
निकल
those
जाओ,
positions forward
ज्यादा
and
कुछ
forward
बात
to get
किया
all map
डेफ
control
कर
without
दो,
exposing
म्यूट कर लो,
themselves.
दैट्स
इसलिए
ऑल,
अन्ना
इजी
वो
है।
It's
नीचे
not
वाला
going
वीसी
to
है ना
work
आपका, आप
if
लोग के
VLT
लिए
are
ये
just falling for
प्रेसिडेंशियल
those
स्वीट है,
trying to catch them
ये
because
वाले
they've got a teammate
वीसी में
waiting
बहुत
in
सारे
the back of the
परमिशन
side,
ऐसा बोल रहे हो,
trying to
ताज
do
कृष्णा
their
का
thing,
प्रेसिडेंशियल
trying to
स्वीट,
contribute, and
2 रुपए हमारा
that's
वेलास्ट्री
the case
डिस्कॉर्ड का
basically.
प्रेसिडेंशियल स्वीट है वो।
And Nigma Galaxy, you
आ
can
रहा
see
है
the way
bro?
they were taking the sites. They
बस
were
आ रहा है
pushing, and they
आ
were
रहे
just
भाई,
pushing
हो
to the
गया
site.
पुश
They
टू
were
टॉक
being
अटके मेरे
very
बेटे,
aggressive on
टिगोन
the
हटा
defense
दे।
as well. In
आवाज
those
आ रहा है?
post plants, they were taking
आ
every
रहा
single
है
fight that they could
फाइनली
because they know what
लग
VLT
गया था,
can
बटन
do
दबाते
if they start
दबाते।
going for those retakes. So instead, they're trying to shut it down before it can even happen. And I
Accidentally
feel
landing
like
होता है पूरा।
VLT didn't adapt to that.
फैमिली फ्रेंडली है,
And that might be the
3000
case
वाचिंग है।
when
हाँ,
we
सुबह
move into
सुबह 8
Icebox
बजे
as well.
बच्चे
Unless
देख
they
रहे हैं जो
realize, hey,
स्कूल
you
नहीं
know
गए
what,
और यहाँ पे
maybe
मैच
they're
देख
playing a
रहे हैं
little bit too
VLT
passive
सीरियल।
here.
Sorry
Like,
guys,
how many
sorry.
times did we see on that attacker side for
गर्ल्स है
Nigma
भाई।
ran here?
गर्ल्स मैं ना
Nigma
ऊपर से कह रहा
kept going, just they stacked 5
Hmm.
players towards B main, A main, or towards
यहाँ हम
mid.
जिम
There
करके
were
आए हैं,
no
अच्छी अच्छी।
lurks,
अभी कौन सा है
no
second
lurks
map?
whatsoever
Icebox.
coming
Icebox.
from VLT. They didn't
Icebox
push
तो
it.
Icebox
प्लेबे।
किसका pick है? हम लोग है क्या?
Map control
हमारा
back, try and fight the way back in.
ऐसा
which was
unlock
happening.
होता है,
So
आइसबॉक्स
I need to
हमारा
see
है।
a little bit more
Wait,
about
हम
map
toss
control
आ रहे थे
from
करना?
VLT. Use that ping to your aggression, right? You got sorry, to your advantage. You got a couple of players that are just
मैं
playing
दोसा नहीं रही
on high
है,
ping.
ये
If
ओट्स
you're
पैनकेक
peeking
है।
first, you're getting that advantage first, you're seeing the enemy first, you can
कल
maybe
इसने मुझे
find yourself
ओट्स
a couple
ऑमलेट
of
खिलाया
early
ना,
kills,
बिल्कुल
and
टेस्टी।
there, that's enough to give you
अच्छा
the
था ना,
advantage
healthy
to
तो
close out
था।
those rounds. Because when they do
Healthy
get the
था।
advantages, they can
और
take
उसके
जो भी
बाद
लाइफ में
तुम्हें
हेल्दी है, टेस्ट नहीं रहेगा उसका।
अन्ना
पहले
शाम
बोल
को
रहे
इसने क्या कहा मालूम है? दही
हम्म।
पापड़ी चाट सेव पूरी।
खत्म हो गया, 2 दिन का जिम खत्म।
अरे
Rent
दही से कुछ नहीं होता, दही से कुछ होता है क्या?
मैं मेरा दही ले ले।
I mean, that is kind of what we
ना
expect from them.
They
They can't
हाँ,
go for
family.
that.
भाई मेरे घर पे दही है अच्छा क्वालिटी, वो ले ले बोल रहा हूँ भाई।
मतलब मेरा दही
मेरा हाँ।
मेरा मतलब मेरे घर पे वाह, वो अच्छे थॉट्स वाले लोग समझेंगे।
ठीक है, घर आके खुद दूंगा।
That's
भाई
the
हर
level
एक
of
देश
intimacy
में एक
from
ही बंदा
VLT
समझेगा
Astera. At the
मेरा
same
दही
time,
मतलब
something
क्या
that we've
होता है।
मेरा दही मतलब मेरे घर का दही,
forgotten to
शॉर्ट फॉर्म।
mention
बोल ना
now
मेरा
ड्रैग
that
बतरा
FSL,
कहते हैं।
we're actually
ठीक है,
allowed
है मेरा दही तू लेगा
Lord Father
नहीं, मैं
sent
मैंगलोर-
you
मैंगलोर तक ही
toffees,
हूँ।
Batura.
Their
नहीं,
coach,
मेरे
Akam,
मम्मी VLT
is
की gaming
speaking
देखते
to them,
थे।
and they actually do show signs of life after those timeouts. I mean, there was a point
आपका
where they
मम्मी का
actually won,
भरोसा नहीं, मेरा मम्मी तो
4
देख रहा है।
rounds in a row at their
हाँ क्या
the
ना?
second
Hello,
half
auntie
started.
ji.
Hello,
हाँ।
auntie.
Three and only
Namaste,
having fun for a
auntie.
while, and then I think they lost too many rounds, so it kind of got snuffed out. But here it is, Icebox. What do you guys think? Is it going to be different? Ray, with you?
Oof. I mean, I think that you guys said it all. I think that especially now that we've already seen that map 1, I kind of want to say that for Enigma Galaxy, they definitely stepped up in a way that maybe we weren't expecting them to all that much. Whereas VLT, we've kind of seen a whole bunch of the weaknesses, as Jace was saying as well, just
Sync
playing
नहीं
a
होगा
bit
रे
too
because
defensive,
match
even on
का
the
delay
aggressive
चल रहा है
side.
उसका
The fact that
कितना
map
delay
number 2
exact
is on
sync नहीं
Icebox,
होगा
which is even more open, just makes me even more worried for them because you can't keep that same playstyle that they played in map number 1 and expect
ये
to
हमारा 2
do
रुपए का
good on
पूरा टीम वहाँ
Icebox
पे है
because
ना
that's just
पीआर
not
का
going to
उन लोगों को
happen. You're
बोलो
probably going to have an even worse day. So I'm just hoping that in between map 1 and map 2, like, you know, they've kind of managed to have a talk with the rest of the team, maybe with their coach and stuff, to just kind of reset mentality.
Exact क्या है लाइव है वो
When they called those timeouts, we didn't really see that, although, you know, there was that
हमारे लोग
part
ने
in
टाइम
that
आउट लिया
one
उन
where
लोगों का मैच खत्म हो गया
they
मैं
had
तो
this
उठ
swap
के चला भी
over
गया
to the other side, and then they took like
We
4
got this,
rounds,
boys.
so
Icebox,
it
let's
wasn't
go.
as bad as before the
Barf ka
swap,
dabba.
but I mean, they're gonna have to really step it up, I think, if they want to take this one home on Icebox. Plus,
क्या
they
नहीं चला
picked
रहा है?
Icebox, so I
तो
hope
सही जा रहा है
that they'll do better on this
हाँ
one.
ना वो इसको बोलो ना ट्विच से चलाए स्ट्रीम
I want to believe.
Well, I mean,
I want to believe.
मेरे को क्यों बोल रहा है वो जो है वीसी पे उसको गाली दो ना
वो ट्विच पे चला रहा है बे
और ए देसी टन्स
I just hope we get that
ट्विच से चला
from Asteria just to fight back because I'd love to see a
Discord
split
नहीं
between these two teams.
देख गंदी आवाज है ना
For
रुचि की तेरी
sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us back home,
Which
we
man is
want to
it,
see this
yeah?
best of 3 series go all the way to 3 maps. But guys, buckle in because we're in for a ride. Map 2 is about to start. And again, it's going to be Kentrell as well as Zaya. Guys, take it away.
She said buckle in. I can't find. There's no seat.
तू
He said,
Tibun
buckle
कहाँ
in,
देख रहा
but
है
you know what I meant for the roller coaster ride because I do agree with you guys in towards the
अबे
panel.
तू
I
Discord
would
live
love
देख रहा है
to
YouTube में
see,
देख
you know, a game number 3.
ट्विच पे देखो ना दोस्तों
Chessford
Number 1, you guys mentioned
water
it.
bottle.
You know,
मैं तो Velocity Gaming की
Asteria
stream देख रहा हूँ
basically chose this map. They have a higher percentage of win rate in terms of this map, specifically having it at 86%. You know, they played it 7 times and won it 6 times. And for the side of Nigma Galaxy, they had really
किधर
not
गूगल करना है
far
दिल्ली
behind,
से या
as
मुंबई
they
से
played this 13 times, in which they won it 9 times. So basically, in terms of numbers, yeah, sure, you may have it at the
ऐसा है तो आर्सेनल का
Asteria,
एमिरेट्स
but
है
in game number
तो
1,
दुबई से है क्या वो भी
Nigma
दुबई से
Galaxy
क्या वो भी
proved
हाँ
us wrong, and they were able to go off the bat. But let's see if this
इससे पूछा
can be their
रोनाल्डो का
इतना स्टडी क्यों किया है रे टीबोन
Asteria has to say
अन्ना
that, because you guys mentioned
इससे पूछा कि
that
रोनाल्डो का
there
क्या था
are
आरसीबी
expectations to be met here inside of Asteria. They played this time and time again, but with the number of games, as I mentioned earlier, Nigma Galaxy has it too. So I'm pretty sure I also would
ना
love
कैस्टर
to
की
see a
वॉइस
very
कम
close
कर दो
fight
प्लीज
between both sides of
रुको
the
रे
game.
एक
What do you
सेकंड इन
think?
लोगों का
Of course, we want to see that
चैट
map
ऑफ कर
number 3,
देता हूँ
but
नहीं
for
तो
now, I'm
नॉन
gonna
स्टॉप
reserve my
कुछ भी बोलता रहता है
judgment. I
मैच
mean,
कोई नहीं
who
देखता है
knows what's gonna happen?
बैठ के
Still,
चैट
though,
में
want to
स्पैम
believe
स्पैम
in
स्पैम
Asteria, the
यही
South
कर रहा है
Asian
आप लोग
representatives. They're going in for
उनका
this.
कैसे
They're
कर
not
सकते
on
हैं
the
गाइस वो
attacking
करेंगे ना
side.
खुद
So
Come on guys, come on, have faith. Pistol round, easy.
Let's go,
It's gonna
let's
be very
go, let's
scary
go.
because Alka's holding
Never
onto
buy
a
a
sheriff,
sheriff
and
on first
instantly
round because you're gonna get
from
a
her
hot
back,
जाओ
sack.
मैच देखो
Ghost is firing off behind Alka, and she's actually able to take one player down. So down into this 4v5, they're trying to push into this right now, and they still got to deal with the long-range angles. Oh my God, they're being held so tightly.
देखो
You also have
मैच
Maya
देखो
just
बिना
playing off of
बिना
Alka's
चैट
content.
करे
They're
बिना
looking for
स्पैम
even
करे
more.
मैच
There
देखो
it is. 2
एंजॉय
players
करो मैच
gone,
को
and now Shreya trying to do whatever she can. Only player alive though. Only has a classic. Swaps to a Ghost. Might have a better chance, but she still wants to retrieve the spike, and unfortunately, I think it's a little bit far
ड्रोन
off.
किधर है रे मार्जिन
There's a
लोग का
cargo box standing in between her ways. She's actually able to get the headshots.
क्या
On into the
किनका
1v2.
ड्रोन
This is not impossible.
अपना अटैक का
Not impossible indeed. 3K for the side of Stray. Let's
क्या
see
समझा नहीं
if
टीसी
is
का
going
ड्रोन
to be at bay,
नहीं रे
but look at
अपना
the
अरे
beautiful
सोवा का
positions coming in from
सोवा
Ivory
VLT
Six
में रे
here. They're basically ready for a straight hit because they again
डिफेंस
you can just go
एक्चुअली
for
चाहिए
it.
रहेगा
That is information. They've managed to detect Shrey here in towards yellow, uses the
अटैक
toxins,
पे
so now
चाहिए
they're
रहेगा
going
क्या
to
पता
see if
मे
they're
बी
gonna get paid
कोच से
right
अच्छा
here.
मारती है
Beautiful
इसलिए वो बोला कि
work
शॉक
for the
डिलीवरी
side
कौन
of
पे
Shrey,
खेलते
and
हैं
that's gonna be the first game for
बट
FSL.
आइसबॉक्स पे जरूरत है
Love the
ड्रोन की
highlight though, both Aya and was it Aya and if I'm not
चलेगा बे
mistaken,
डोंट डाउट
Aluka
हाफ
here.
डाउट
They
करते हैं रे छी
played around that yellow
भरोसा रखो ना
lane
थोड़ा
towards B.
कौन डाउट कर रहा है
able to narrow it down.
मैं
Also,
analysis
the
देख
ये
other
रहा हूँ।
commentary कहाँ से आ रहा है?
in towards for Galaxy, they
वो
were able to
Discord से आ
rotate
रहा
in
है
time. So that's why
वो
Valorant was just
commentary
really
and
good patience
stream
for
sync नहीं है.
Galaxy. For Asteria though, Quack.
अन्ना वो
Since
open
this is
करो
still the
Twitch,
start,
उधर
right? I
देखो,
mean,
उसके बाद
we
देखो।
नहीं मैं बोल रहा हूँ अन्ना वो
नहीं रे
डिस्कॉर्ड पे
viewers
बंद
लोग को
करो
बोल रहा हूँ.
think that, you know,
डिस्कॉर्ड पे
any,
शायद वो
like,
स्टॉप वॉचिंग
playing
कर दो
around the
वो
map
इसका
or just going for
हाँ
smoke
डायरेक्ट वाईटी पे
Because
वो
इन
देखो.
लोगों का
Asteria there,
commentary
or
आता है
maybe
ना वो
they just
sync
go
नहीं है
ham
वो
and just
बोल रहा
go
हूँ.
and try for another aggressive take.
I'm gonna say slow push.
Discord
अच्छा है
पे
chat
doesn't-
नहीं है नहीं तो
Do
अभी
not
पूरा
slow
spam
push,
चलता
Asteria,
होगा.
don't do that because every time that they try to do that, they give
Okay,
NGX
I
time
am
to
not
rotate
sure
over.
if if they are heard. All right. But right now we're just gonna go into our game. I think this is a quick pause for both sides of the team. Really a technical pause here.
Technical pause for now, and it just seems like there might be some issues that they need to sort out. Maybe it's packet loss, and that's the one thing that really hurts Asteria in the long run. But here they go.
एक बिंग से भी आया ड्रोन.
This garage push. They definitely hear the
Thanks.
owl drone though. So
वही
a lot
अभी
of
इको
targets
round
for
में.
them to hit, and that's why they are backing off. The Spectres will not work at this range as well.
Protein भेजो।
So right now it's just Trix holding that same off angle. Meanwhile, you got two players. It's Aluka and Aya again down mid, and now they're trying to go in for that sandwich. Although it's a sandwich that we know for Asteria, this time it's just not working out. Trix gets the quick double.
बंदर भाई.
Spike planted, but it's not enough. They pick up the Spectres though, so I still
हो सकता है, हो
want to
सकता है.
believe.
हो सकता है, हो सकता है, हो सकता है, हो सकता है.
Muffaloop is actually good for one, and there she gets traded. Meow 16k plays off of that. We're into the 1v1 Jet v Jet. What's gonna happen? Aya has 2 cloud bursts still to work with though, and now she's gonna tap the spike really quickly. Unfortunately, Meow 16k can't really see her back.
अरे नहीं!
Drops it, gets her down to 19. But Aya with the 180
ये क्या था?
flip.
गोली खत्म किया क्या इसने?
हाँ स्पेक्टर में गोली नहीं था.
रिलोड नहीं किया शायद.
हाँ टाइम नहीं मिला रिलोड के लिए. पोजीशन निकल जाता ना अगर रिलोड करती तो.
And Ivory as well, but Trix though with the beautiful double from an off angle
Wait, was
position
she
really
defusing?
is
No, right?
the
She
prime.
did
She was half
She was
डिफ्यूज कर रही
defusing.
थी.
She
But
did,
that
she did.
वो रेड
आप
कलर का होता है तो
करके वो-
डिफ्यूज कर रहा है.
beautiful angle isolation.
स्पाइक का रेड कलर था तो
Spray
डिफ्यूज हो रहा है.
And the prey for Aya worked really
And it
well.
was-
And
here
close
in
था यार, close,
towards
close.
B side, and that's really the second
इसलिए वो ऐसे स्प्रे भी नहीं मारी शायद क्योंकि बुलेट्स
KPN
नहीं था.
KPN KPN अभी भाई है भाई है भाई है हमारा भाई है.
the way that they were
उनका
able to
बोनस के
have
लग
this
गए.
rally effect, that
L
was
लग गए,
going
L.
on there, it was really well timed for the side of Galaxy. So right now, I'm thinking of something of a bit more aggressive. But
बस
the
मेरा stream lag हो रहा है क्या?
16K, both of their
मेरा-
duelists had
अबे
their
Twitch
own
से देख, Twitch
respective
से।
trades.
हाँ,
Storm
तेरा भी
is
अटका ना?
still trying to
Nice shot.
equalize
नहीं,
things
नहीं,
here.
मैं Discord पे
Moments
देखो,
of the
Twitch पे
moment
देखो,
of
कहाँ पे
the
देखो मैं?
Twitch पे
frenzy,
देखो,
Quack,
Twitch
with
पे
the
पे देखो वरना
frenzy.
आराम
Oh
से.
my god.
इसको बंद कर
Just
फिर.
like
ये कौन
that,
लाइव
I
जा रहा है
think
यहाँ पे?
it's-
मैं कर सकता हूँ स्ट्रीम डिस्कॉर्ड पे if you guys want.
हाँ Discord पे करना ये बंद कर.
हाँ कर देता हूँ मैं.
अरे सब पीसी पे यूट्यूब ही देख लो ना डायरेक्ट.
YouTube slow.
I mean, Asteria
ए,
wants to get
YouTube
the
2
spike,
रुपए.
they need to get the
ए, एक
spike
ही जगह
down.
देखो ना,
They've
फिर
got a
सबके
minute
अलग-अलग
left.
respect.
हाँ हाँ
हाँ,
मेरे
तो
मेरे
इसलिए
डिस्कॉर्ड
बोल रहा हूँ
स्ट्रीम देख लो.
मार्जिल
Tricks. Of course, though, they gotta worry about Ivory, who has a sheriff. That's the
Margin
thing that we gotta consider.
आवाज आ रहा
The
है,
fact
Margin?
that NGX
आवाज आ रहा है,
lost
bro?
a lot of players in the
Bro,
previous
आवाज आ
rounds,
रहा है?
they don't have the best highs. This
आ रहा है.
नहीं आ रहा ब्रो.
Still, though, their
गया?
positioning is pristine.
That's
Look
the
at
big
this sandwich
quality
that
there.
we've got going on here.
हाँ?
A top bun coming in from
10
heaven,
रुपए रे,
the bottom
2.5
bun
है.
coming
अबे
in from
नहीं,
the back
directly है
of
ना,
belt at the
उसमें
same
है.
time, and that's Aya.
अरे उन
She
लोगों
has
का
her
quality
playstyle
अच्छा नहीं है
up and
production
ready.
का.
She needs it as well. She gets it, but pulls
ये तो
it out a
बढ़िया
little bit
quality है ना.
prematurely. Tries to sidestep, but Muffin
अबे भी नहीं आ रहा है बस.
down.
आ
I
रहा है.
am the better
आ रहा है.
duelist.
कम आ रहा है.
Twitch पे
आवाज-
3000 है, VLT पे 4000 है, भाई just saying.
Timing also as well, like you mentioned, the moment that the blade zone is out and about, we already see, we
मैं
already
थोड़ा
see
shopping
them
mall में हूँ.
peeking as well into that line of sight.
दुबई में
They
आना
just have to
direct.
take more, right, and basically
मैं
prevent
सीधा
any
वो
push from
राइट
happening.
का
So,
वो ची वो
Season
स्काई
1
स्पोर्ट्स
2,
का मैच है ना
Asteria
वहाँ पे
already
चला गया.
trying to really get off
मैं
the
रूम में
pace
हूँ,
on the
bedroom में हूँ
groove
रे.
with the groove here, trying to create a certain amount of
रात को
movement
क्या
and
GTA
gameplay.
फिक्स है क्या? मैंने डाउनलोड हो गया
To
GTA.
what extent to that? Because again,
वो क्या है?
they're very known for
मैं नहीं खेल रहा हूँ, ये लोग पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं.
एनिमेटेड वाला वही है ना.
मैं नहीं खेलने वाला हूँ.
अन्ना कोई Fortnite नहीं और जीत गई तो
मेरे साथ Valorant खेलोगे?
कौन सा?
Valorant.
हाँ, रात को?
Right now they're trying to play for peaks.
Fortnite कौन खेलता है रे?
कोई तो
I'm not ninja, bro.
जब PUBG खेलते हैं.
Uses the Lear, uses the wall. uses
Let's
smoke,
go.
deny every
PUBG
different
GTA में
way.
Fortnite का मोड है
So
क्या?
Muffin Loop takes one
Hey,
out of the
Devon,
board. The
PUBG
trade,
PC
but
हो
Muffin
जाएगा?
doesn't really take it in.
फिलहाल गेम में ध्यान रखिएगा फाटो.
So that's gonna be the
हाँ
pineapple.
एग्जैक्टली
The
रात का तेरा
post
स्ट्रीम
situation
वही बातें
here,
चलता
which
रहता है
kinda like
ऑलवेज.
works in their favor unless stated
आज आप
otherwise.
क्या छुट्टी है क्या आपका?
अच्छा आफ्टर
हाँ
प्लांट है.
वो मेलोन बोलते हैं.
More snake bites. She can just pop those off into the air, let them rain down, and buy as much time as possible. But she's got to do it right now. Chloe's gotten it to halfway
ये
already.
कौन है
And
ये?
right now, Aya pushing
ऐसा
past
क्यों मार रहा
yellow.
है?
She's looking for every single remaining player.
बहुत
And
प्यारा
right
मारा
now,
ना.
Shreya trying to dance back and forth between
अरे रे.
unfortunately a little bit
लेकिन
off
half
the
distance
tail
हो
end.
गया.
Aya already knows where she is, but snake bite's good. It already takes Alaka down, but because they've gotten it halfway, Nigma Galaxy, they get
हाफ नहीं होता तो जीत जाते थे.
हाँ वो थूक में हाफ कर दी.
Gonna be the replay right here. Notice how they're basically double peeking each and every day for Aluka and Aya. Basically Aya from behind. Oh wait, Aluka rather from behind, helping out Aya, who's basically is serving as the tank here. When I say tank, is basically in the front line, and it works pretty well because the pre-aim, you see it, you know that Aya here already has an idea
Marzel?
to where the
Huh?
members of Asteria
What are your
and
views
that
on going
gives
to
a
US
lot
for
of
practice?
skill sets to take. And
US?
Aluka as well in the backline, securing and making sure Aya is safe.
Like you said, on the first we conquer the east, then we go west.
Making it all out, and to start it off, tricks with a 2K.
East हल्का सा
Done there. What was
और
that?
एक Ferrari आ
Aya as
जाएगा.
well with an ult on her own board. Creates beautiful music, and here, look at the spike. It didn't even have the time to reach inside the site.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And right now, Ivory caught in a duel against Casper. She's looking for the headshot though, but it's just not enough. Ivory pushed in towards the toxic screen, in towards the cubby.
US as a region भी अच्छा है, but
it's all up to Shreya.
नहीं पता if it will be productive for us or not. नहीं पता.
Just got denied.
हो भी सकता है. अच्छा तो होगा. ज़्यादा practice भी मिलेगा. Higher caliber teams के against.
See that map number 3, but even with the jinx, Aya is just.
बस technically क्या है ना?
I love
the travel to US is expensive, but वहाँ पे it is very cheap.
The way that they're playing together. These girls
यहाँ पे travel is
so
cheap,
in sync.
but stay and all is very expensive. Singapore में, even Korea and all these places.
Only to like if she wasn't alone, then that could have been a different.
Singapore बहुत expensive है. Day का 1.2 1.3 lakhs हो रहा है.
Want to take a breather, you want to take a space. You mentioned this
not joking.
The first round, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you
Singapore
guys
is very
understand
expensive
the
है.
concept
देखा
of
मैंने
Nigma.
costing किया है.
So basically, we're already seeing a pattern here, right? So they are going towards B, which is understandable because they were.
US में technically Texas has a server. So Houston के आजू बाजू suburbs में you take a 5 BHK villa, not more than $3,000 will be the rent.
They want it at a site. So basically, in my opinion,
that's all.
I think they can play around towards mid and A.
अरे बहुत cheap है housing US में.
ना ऐसा मत बोलो. न्यूयॉर्क पे देखो.
You know, that safe haven where they can.
न्यूयॉर्क अभी again न्यूयॉर्क देखा है तो expensive.
From the past, round that they won it. So if they are able to play those
But
peaks,
US में if you are close, Houston में server है.
Drop dead,
in
try and win those aim duels. Maybe they can work it out.
Texas,
But you mentioned as
suburbs
well
में.
earlier. Aya has
Start
been
practicing
popping
वहाँ
off.
पे.
She is, you know that feeling when you kind of like had your berserk buff, and Aya is really popping off right now. This is her. Alongside
So मेरा logic है technically if SEA is okay, is one level, NA is more than that.
Yes,
if you can
that
play
is
well
true.
in NA, then you can play well in SEA also, no?
To say the least, for Asteria,
Yeah.
just so that they can get points.
It's good practice. बस.
Galaxy Racers.
They push themselves in towards these awkward positions. Like no way you expect Tube to just or mid to be just clear.
Oh!
And walk in
Nice
and
punish.
punished. But thankfully, Britzy holding the angle. It's gonna be Aya
Must
that
off
gets
angle,
shut
is it?
down. So add 1 death to her death counter. She's at 13 kills, 3
Sage
deaths.
का ना?
That's still incredibly high. Whatever it is, though, Asteria now playing off of this default, if they can get a couple more frags, they might just be able to weaken NGX's defense a little bit further and then maybe burst into sight. They need to kind of burn that utility because right now there are so many things standing in between them and the site. So it's a little
ड्रोन है आराम से हो जाएगा.
Quite a bit of real estate on the A site. They might actually, if they can take Baby Alka down.
अरे ड्रोन यूज करो यार.
Up, get the spike down, and then they stand a better chance at this round.
That's already a signal that
वही
they
ना
are good
ड्रोन
towards
के
a
पहले
move
एक दो बंदे
welcoming
आगे
in
जाते हैं
Casper just to
अरे
get
ड्रोन
into
के
the spot.
पहले
And
ठीक
Fury
है
though, will it hit? Is it a
ड्रोन यूज ही नहीं किए
hit? Is it gonna be a double? No, I don't think
अभी
so.
तक
But
नहीं
still,
यूज
that
किए
is enough to buy some time to delay the spike plant. So right here, we can checking the corners. Beautiful peek coming in from
अभी दो
Aluka
मेजर
here.
अल्टी तो है
Spike is planted. That's gonna be another with an off angle. 2K straight for the trade. Ivory for the cleanup. And that is up at the 5th point, if I'm not mistaken, for Galaxy.
My God.
तीनों वाइपर अल्ट में खेल सकते थे भाई
And that's just the strength
एक्चुअली
या फिर
अंदर
दो
खेलना था
वाइपर अल्ट और सोआ को
line.
पीछे
They
छोड़ दो
actually
उसके
gave up that site. They had
With
the Alka just playing it so safe. And it
सो
had
ड्रोन भी
पीछे
था
जाके
ना पीछे
ड्रोन
जाके
करके
ड्रोन कर
इन्फो
सकता
देगा
था
हाँ
She had that hunter sphere. She knew she could send some of her teammates past the maze and in towards the backside of that
प्लस
Viper
सेज
City
डॉज
where
भी कर पाई सो
Asterion
अल्ट
will least expect them. So 5-1 right now, and it's the same-ish sort of momentum that we saw from Nigma Galaxy in the previous game. Asteria, I don't know what's going on, but they need to stop this.
Indeed. Basically, though, we've been seeing time and time again. We've seen that Asteria, unfortunately, they're not really hitting their shots, or if they are, it's really not enough to take them down. And I think the next thing that's happening here, for at least for the side of Asteria, is their
Okay,
teams
drone आया
are being predictable at this point, really telegraphed, and the fact that again I've been mentioning.
अरे
Galaxy knows how to answer. Basically, they know how things are gonna go from here. That's
Oh,
one
no.
great transfer. That's beautifully done before actually being taken down by Muffin Loop. That's gonna be a potential shot to give no.
दो कैसे मारा उसने
Alaka goes for the shot.
स्मोक फेल किया शायद
You clearly see the spray
ऊपर गिरना था
coming
रैफ्टर्स पे
in
नीचे गिर
from
गया
Galaxy. Their aim duels are on point right now. So that's gonna be one.
रैफ्टर के लिए डालते हो वन वे होता है ना तो फिर नीचे के लिए शायद
To basically
क्या हुआ
transfer to Casper
नीचे वॉल होती है ना सेज की
by Muffin Loop. But
नहीं अगर वो स्मोक ऊपर जाता है मार्जिन
security there.
हाँ
तो अगर स्मोक के नीचे खड़े रहेगा वो वन वे हो जाता है ना अपने लिए
नहीं अपने लिए वन में होता VLT के लिए वन में होता वो
हाँ
टांग
वही
दिखता है बिफोर दे कम इन
placed in time, it really goes and shows wonderfully.
Truly. I mean, it's discipline, it's patience, everything that Nigma Galaxy needs right now. They've got it going for them. Ivory on the A side just basically locks it down. The Viper Spit has been deployed as well. And
ये
right
बहुत
now,
obvious wall भी डाल दिया
a lot of players in towards green, looking in towards garage. So the one thing that they're not looking at is
Dash
that's
nerf
where
बोलते
Galaxy pushes past, but unfortunately for them, Chloe with the off angle, she's good for a second, looking for the third, runs out of ammo, and Muffin Loop takes her down. Might just be able to convert this A site into a possible victory. Still though, the Viper Spit is so difficult to deal with.
Indeed. Very, very tedious. You know what? I think people might say that I'm biased.
Nice.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Asteria is
Important
still
kill.
a fight or a beacon to reckon with. Britney
Must
will be taking down Ivory in the process. So take note, that's already -1 for the ult bot. Aluka from the flanks, take down Britney from behind. Muffin Loop takes one, Aluka to clean. And basically here, we're starting to see them really, really dominate. Not assert the dominance right here. But again, for the side of Asteria, I guess this is what I'm trying to see. But before anything that, why don't you look at the replay here?
There it is.
Hello?
It's just such a clean replay.
ऐसा फील आ रहा है कि उनका शॉट्स नहीं लग रहा है कॉन्फिडेंस लो हो गया थोड़ा
वो लोग का एम बहुत अच्छा है बे
नहीं हमारा टीम का भी लाइक बहुत स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं एक एक किल लेने के लिए
monsters that are Aya and Baby Alaka.
Hello?
That's two of
Bol.
the top duelists
Lower
of
bracket
NGX
is
right
क्या?
now. And
हाँ है
I
शायद
don't know if it's just this new reformed NGX that we haven't seen
I
yet
think
or
today
what.
only we have to play that
This
match.
is a completely different setup that I've seen from that I haven't seen.
Oh,
from NGX.
tank कर गया
The way that they're
Oh,
playing right
no.
now, Ivory just anchoring down this site. She was even using the poison orb as sort of a one-way earlier on. This time she's playing a different position, and they just don't know where to look for her right now. Playing past the toxic tree, and she puts herself from the left side. Unfortunately, unable to convert the spray. Muffin Loop takes her down, and suddenly it's still much more difficult because Chloe is here. Aya coming in from screens as well. The spike has been dropped. Meow with the Marshall trying to hold on to it for
कोई
dear
problem
life.
नहीं,
But
कोई
Trick
ना,
says
कोई
no. Not a flawless, but still a pretty flawless run for NGX right now because
वो
I
tilt
don't
हो
know
गया
how many
लग रहा है
rounds
मेरे
they've
को
won in a row, but they're standing at an 8-1.
तेरे को क्या लग रहा है मार्जिन
See that Asteria
क्या पूछा
tends to really go
मेरे को लग रहा है वो लोग
for
tilt हो
white,
गए
at least for Shrey on that part
Mom.
here. And we did see that, if I'm not mistaken, Ivory
ये लोग
was
के दोनों
in
duelist
triple
इतना
peak
पीछे
from
थे, वो पहली
heavens
वाइपर आगे
and
चली
2
गई.
from sight.
हाँ.
So basically, that is like a loss, to say the least. That's why she was taken away. But then again, the retake potentials of NGX here, you really have to commend. I'm not sure if Astir is gonna hear me, but if maybe they can try to utilize kitchen. They haven't tried that just yet. But Aluka's gonna open this round with a bang, taking down
ऐसे bully कर रहे हैं बे.
now 16K who tried to go for an off-angle
8-1 up है
towards
बे.
B. So look at this with again another transition from A to B. That drone is gonna spot out that intel.
देख कैसे W दबा रहा है.
And right now, look at
फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता.
position here. Aya again popping up, really going berserk, takes down one Ivory as well. Really
सीधा aim पे मार रहा है
bracket.
देखना.
not gonna go down.
अच्छा, lower bracket कल
Beautiful
सुबह है
double
match.
peek for the side of NGX once and
Tomorrow morning 8:30 को है.
they are being so aggressive.
सीधा aim पे मार रहे हैं,
The
सीधा aim पे.
defenders, and they're not even
aim पे जीत रहे
hesitating to
game.
push the side into which, you know,
लेकिन बहुत प्यारा खेल रहे
Assyria
हैं वो
should
लोग.
be at. And
एनजी सोलो का
what do you
सेटअप
think
वेटअप भी बहुत
can Assyria do
अलग
for
और
them
अच्छा है.
to have that miracle round so that they can really start to pop off?
You know what, you're absolutely right, Saya, because you said it earlier on. The one thing that they haven't quite tried might just be kitchen. Still, though, I'm a little bit worried about that because right now, the way that Nigma Galaxy are playing, they're constantly switching their positions all over their place. I mean, right now, Chloe earlier on was watching kitchen. She had the wall up back towards spoiler. Right now, they're back in towards A, and then they push in. Aluka just taking all these players down. Britzy trying to run away, maybe hold the off angle, take one rifle away from them,
confidence
but
on
it's
long
just
को.
not gonna be.
ये
It's
तो
not
इनको
gonna
था.
happen. We got another secret lab flawless. I think this
जो
is the
भी है,
second one of today.
अलग confidence
From
में खेल रहे
Nigma
हैं.
Galaxy.
हर जगह swing
बड़ा
बस.
tournament में हाँ, हर जगह open wide swing करके खेल रहा है पूरा.
और वो लोग का हर जगह डबल क्रॉस फायर भी है.
And the rest of the
Mid
members
में
इतना
mid
बड़ा
से
इवेंट
stage
में
देख-
तेरे को
हाँ.
कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत मैटर करता है रे. एम आ जाता है वहां से.
Come on, guys.
I can attest to that.
Why are you like this? But then again, I do not want to, I do not want to disregard Asteria just yet. We've seen it. There were moments that they shine once
इन लोगों को कैसे W दबा रहे हैं Jet और
the match switches or goes into the swap. But this is a different scenario. Simply one, this is a bigger map. Number two, the score line. You have to take note of this because it's not really that easy to really grind your way into having that close of a gap in scores, especially in a map wherein you have to take note of all of these angles.
Oh my god.
But right now, for the side of Galaxy, they're the ones in defenders, but they're aggressive. So you know that there is no amount of hesitations that are, going into their mind. And Asteria here, they haven't really tried that full-on force of a rush push. If they are able to do so, maybe then they can find that
देख फिर से ड्रोन
हाय
के
राम.
पहले एक मर गया.
पिटाई भी.
Speaking of that, Aluka just denies Meow 16K off the board as he takes a peek and goes for the kill.
Operator.
ना वापस जा रही.
And right now,
पर वो तो आइस बॉक्स में ये सबसे डिफिकल्ट लगता है.
she has that fire rate. She's just a little bit more confident. She knows she can just get.
स्पेशली वो नया अपडेट है ना जहाँ पे स्पैम
She's
नहीं
gonna
कर
hit them
सकते
anyway.
बॉक्स.
Almost looking for the ace, but Treya
वो
shuts
अपडेट के
her
बाद तो
down.
बीट थोड़ा ज्यादा इजी लगता
Regardless, though, Ivory puts that final nail in the coffin.
Viva.
11-1.
हाँ,
Is the
Viva.
ending
मैंने
of
push
the
करके
first
मार रहा है.
half. I have never seen such a dominating lead from NGX before.
Indeed. Look at this replay right here. That's one fight down. Look at the angle isolation. That's gonna be one. Only to be shut down by Shrey and to be basically cleaned up by Ivory. But look at that. The fact that they're already being
Come back, boys.
I need to highlight
कोशिश
this
करो,
because they are
हो जाएगा.
defenders.
Yeah.
Usually as defenders, you tend to be a bit more passive, like passive-aggressive play.
इसको
like you're
defense
just
में बहुत
waiting for the
tough है,
peaks and
attack
go
में
for
रहता
the
तो.
shot.
हाँ.
Just go in a safe haven before they can basically go.
तो
into
जितना
the
damage दे
switch
सकते हैं
over
दो.
digits. But right now, NGX is the one
जो close कर
dictating
सकते हो
the
करो.
dance.
हाँ.
It takes two to tango, but right now they're the ones into the dance floor.
They're leading, right? They're the ones that are, hey, you follow me. I'm gonna take a step here. You gotta tango with me. But whatever it is right now, NGX, they're just not stopping at all. But I have hope that Meow 16K could put a stop
Nice.
to this. And right now, even as they push past
really?
screens, you got Velocity as your players just trying to stop the madness. But Trix has already pushed up in towards the site. She's looking at all these headshots. Casper, last player alive, has her heal, tops herself off, and right now needs to isolate these angles, tries to push in aggressively, and thankfully enough, she's able to dodge out the sheriff shot, but Aluka! Headshots to deny, and a nice little heart shape to say
बहुत
that.
strong है
Did
मैं
you see
बहुत
that?
strong है
Did you see that? There was a heart sticker and then she kind of
Aim
like
बहुत strong है उन लोग
मैक्स
हाँ
तेरे से
सबका
अच्छा है मैं
strong
इनके
है
पास
हाँ legit
Aluka here.
मजाक से हटकर
I wonder what she had for breakfast because she's having a very, very nice aim duels right now. And Aluka, if you can hear me, I would like some of that breakfast too. But going back into the game, the way that she just peeks at a pixel to see those headshots up and coming, and it's working for her, and it all the way made it up to the match point.
स्ट्रैट्स में भी डिफरेंस मालूम पड़ रहा है इतना मिड टू बी में कितना कमिट किया वो लोग में जो एक स्मोक
But still,
Recon or
they
wall?
might have, I don't know, used up their timeouts or something. It's 1 and 12 right now, match point, and this could be it. Aya looking for all these heads. She's spraying and peppering them down. Britzy able to stop the madness for the time being, but she's picked up a vandal. Sheriff to the face! And Casper wants to fight for her team. She's looking for even more, but the spike has already been planted. The post-plant plays are coming in. You got snake bites from the sky.
बोल रहा हूँ ना रे इतना बड़ा ही
जी
somebody starts doing
Casper,
it
last
then
player alive, but
होता है वो
unfortunately she gets taken
Nice
out by
try.
Tricks. 13-1 is the end of this second map and the end of this first series. Unfortunately,
Sorry,
Boys,
anti-girls.
hello?
Hysteria did not
Anti-girls.
make it past the Galaxy, so they get sent into the lower brackets.
है ना
But still,
हमें एंटी
this is
एंटी बोल
double
के अन्ना थक
elimination,
गए
so
थे
they still
मस्त
have
खेला वो
their
लोग ने लेकिन
one
मतलब
life
बहुत प्यारा
remaining, and that's, as you mentioned,
हाँ
lower
Good
bracket.
aim.
But congratulations to Nigma
और
Galaxy.
हर राउंड दूसरा दूसरा स्टार्ट किया बे कभी वो लोग ने ए वीक छोड़ा ए रिटेक कभी बी रिटेक
And
कभी मिड
I guess
स्ट्रांग
along the
कभी ए पे 3 जन कभी बी पे 3 जन
अभी अपना मैच अन्ना कल 10:30 AM है नेक्स्ट मैच
8:30 नहीं
नहीं नहीं 10:30 मैड आर्मी और बिग स्काइट से जो भी हारेगा उससे अपना मैच
हारता
है
है हाँ उससे मैच है राइट राइट अंडरस्टूड
in terms of these games,
चलेगा नो
Hysteria
प्रॉब्लम
and,
और वो लोग का गेम
and
कभी है
Galaxy, basically
नेक्स्ट
this is the
उनका ही
time
गेम
where
है
they met, right? So it's been quite some time before they actually
मैड
met.
आर्मी वर्सेस
And
बिग
the
स्काइट
fact that
अभी उनका मैच
they
होगा
take note.
तो वो
I
लोग
guess
को
we
बोलो
can
गेम
even
देखने को
safely
अभी
हाँ,
ये सब
देखेंगे अभी।
रीसेट
that in
ये
terms
सब
of
रीसेट
the
हो जाने दे बोल जो
expectations
हुआ हो
were, I
गया
guess, a bit too high to
कोई
say
सीन
for
नहीं
Hysteria
कोई
because
सीन
in
नहीं
terms
अभी
of
गेम
stats,
देखने
in
बोल
terms of everything that they have been through,
एटलीस्ट
they have
मालूम
been
गेम
पड़ेगा
able
देखो
to
या
have
चिल
such
करो या
huge
जो
amount
करना है
of
करो
success in
चिल करो
high
खाना
school.
वाना खाओ
And I
मस्त
think, in my
और गेम
opinion,
देखो
basically it's just
फाइव
more
मैन
on
टीम को
how
बोल गेम देखो
Nigma Galaxy just studied them all throughout so that they can really have an answer to each and every fight or initiation that Asteria did from earlier.
Truly, I mean, it really looks studied. Every single time Astir tries to push in, they are always met with some form of resistance from Nigma Galaxy. It always comes down to this first half where if Astir are not able to find their momentum, find their stride somehow, they get stopped, and Nigma Galaxy looks to abuse that. You see how they play, and they push past mid,
चलो क्या
they
प्लान है
push
हमारा अभी
past A. They even pushed in towards Garage, or at the very least, push themselves in towards these forward positions. Where you see, I remember a scene where Trix pushed
Recording
himself in towards
बोलते
that lane just next to Garage. If anyone like Casper tries to
मैं
push
तो पूरा
past
रात
that,
सोए नहीं अभी सो के
it's already a
सीधा
very
उठूंगा
difficult
मैच के
angle for
पहले
them to deal with, and it's tough. It's
कौन सा
really
मैच है
tough for
फेंटा का
Astir,
है
but
क्या
हाँ
yeah, they are not out of this tournament. This is
Not out
the
of this
first time we're
आपके
seeing
फेवरेट टीम के
Galaxy
अगेंस्ट है
since FSL Open 6. That was
टीम वन टारगेट
4
मत
months
कर
ago. Now that they are
टारगेट क्यों
this
किया है बाबा
beast,
टीम
and
वन
we've had a taste
कौन सा
of that.
टीसी मैच है क्या
Maybe
नहीं
Asteria can study this
यार
VOD and
टूर्नामेंट
really
चल
figure
रहा
out a way, figure out how to
चलते रहते रहे कुछ ना
I
कुछ
have a
इसलिए तो
feeling
इतना
they
फर्क नहीं
could
पड़ता
win
हारने से
again in this tournament. So
तो
जो
इसलिए
ऐसा
हमने तो पूरा बंद कर दिया ना
Definitely, we are basically at the
फोर्थ
edge of our
फिफ्थ
seats.
टीम
It's
सिक्स
exactly
टीम
what
जो
we
आते ना
have.
वो लोग को
So
इतना
who's winning
बीट ही नहीं है
games
क्योंकि
in
हर
season
बार
called
टूर्नामेंट
Secret
जीतते
Labs? With the vast range of designs. You know, you're sitting
क्या
comfortably
बीजीएमआई
in
का
it,
बोल रहा है क्या?
inspired by your
नहीं
favorite
रे
game, movie,
गलत का
TV show. And of course,
अच्छा
look at that. Look, you're holding it right
बीजीएमआई
now,
को
right?
टारगेट
So
क्यों किया
look
रे
at
टीम
all the
मार्जिन?
अरे
materials
5th 6
It's a
सुनाई
that
दे
this
magnet.
इसलिए
chair is made.
बस
Yeah,
5th
with
6 रैंक जो
ergonomics
आते
and
रे इस पे
अच्छा
for
अच्छा
supreme comfort. Like
Last
you're
तक full
sitting on it.
promotion
So
कर
I'll
रहे हैं ये
ask
लो
you,
वो लो.
how does it feel to, you know, really sit on a secret lab gaming chair?
You know, it's one of
बहुत
those
कास्टर को
chairs
देख रहे थे
that's
बोल तो
kind of
Nah.
it's built to
अरे right वाला
last.
है
Like
वाला.
when you sit in this, you're not just comfortable for a short while. You're comfortable for a
Mm.
long time, and that's what you need when you're gaming for hours on end. So, like we mentioned, yeah, Secret Lab, but you know, I think we got one more, right? So yeah, it's that what do you call this thing?
Nanoleaf.
Nanoleaf.
Definitely. And of course, guys, to those who are in chat, you know, Secret Lab is having that share giveaway. So, guys, why don't you, tune in to that? And if different codes will be, placed there some into the lines of the chat. So, you really tune into that. But for now, we're going to head on, if I'm not mistaken, to a quick break. So, stick around. We will be right back.
सब म्यूट बैठे हैं यहाँ पे, क्या हो गया?
चलो गाइस
श्रद्धांजलि जा रहे हैं क्या?
10:30 को विल स्ट्रीम अगेन, वॉच पार्टी होगा, सो स्टे ट्यून। नोटिफाई करते रहेंगे हम लोग सोशल मीडिया पे
कल 10:30
टीम। तो
वापस
10:30
सपोर्ट के लिए।
टुमारो
अब तुम लोग का कब है? कोई टूर्नामेंट है या फिर क्या से?
हमारा
हाँ, बॉयज का.
26 वो टेक का चल रहा है ना, सीजन 3
टीसी
चल
का
रहा है
सीजन
सिंगर।
3 चल रहा है, वो अमेज़न का कुछ वो चल रहा है,
हाँ.
वो
तो वो
अमेज़न
दो
का भी है।
चल Yes.
खेलने गया ना जल्दी